Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Hot Toys Veteran. It's episode 18. We have a fun show tonight. We got a lot to talk about. But first, let me introduce my panel. First, we have Daddy Graham. What's going on, my friend?
What up? What up? 1 2 1 2.
What up?
I got a concussion. What's up, Fabs? Thanks for having me on. I just want to know who your number one best friend is.
Me. So
because it's
next
because I could have easily not come on this show tonight.
Oh, please.
And
please.
I wouldn't let anything stop me. So I'm here.
You knew that you had signed the contract, and if you missed, you are sued. So thank you.
The show has arrived.
Thank you.
Happy to be here. Let's rock and roll.
Hope you wash your hands. Next, we have our fellow collector. You guys met him on the We Are the Community show. Well, our next two guests you did, but we have Michael Welch. What's going on, my friend?
How's it going, guys?
Thank you for being here tonight with us. And last but not least, our miniature Hulk, Austin.
Saving the best for last. I appreciate it. No offense, Papa Harold or Michael.
None taken.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Thank you guys for being here tonight.
Not a whole lot. I just got done unboxing
What did you get?
Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales. Finally.
Good one. Goodbye. Graham, do you have that one?
No, I've been wanting to get that one. I was hoping that Sideshow was going to have that as part of the BOGO, the Spider-Gwen and then the Miles, because I would have taken that deal, but because it wasn't, I haven't picked it up yet. So
no, I'm asking because I know you were talking about, I think, Gwen a while ago that you wanted it.
Yeah, I've had my eyes on both of them for a while. You know, for a moment I wasn't sure how they would fit in my collection, being that they're animated, but we kind of talked about that a couple weeks ago too, and I don't think it's that big of a deal. So they are definitely on my list, and I don't know if we're going to talk about it, but the Miles Morales from the PS5 game went waitlist today because that was on a huge sale on Sideshow. That was a 20% or 25%?
20, I think.
Okay, so the one with the cat in the backpack, that went waitlist today.
Yeah.
That's a Bodega Cat.
Yes, that's it. Which was another great looking figure that I think a lot of people like. So hopefully you guys got it.
I didn't think that figure was going to do as well as it did, and it was better. It's doing better than the original, and it's doing better than the 2020 suit. Believe it or not, I don't understand why.
You know what's funny? When I bought mine, I bought it from a buddy, so he gave me a really good deal. I actually thought I was buying the Miles Morales animated from animated movie one, and then when I got the Bodega one, I was like, wow, okay, maybe just like some miscommunication between us. I wasn't upset because the price was really good. And then as I'm opening it and like Rachel and I are posing and take pictures, I'm like, wow, you know what? This is actually a lot of fun. I like this.
No, it's a good figure. It's a really nice figure. So actually, you're lucky to get it too, because that's gonna be a good one in the future. You know what I mean? A lot of people were looking for that. Let me see who's in the chat real quick. Say hello to everyone. Insane One, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Always here. Always the first one here. 16 Junkie Bobby Ray, what's going on? Thank you for being here, my friend. Mike, hello. Thank you for being here. He made it. Eric, what's going on? I didn't from one side. He's waiting. He's waiting till his buy one, get one 90% off.
Same here, man.
Hey, you're going to have time, I think. For a lot of these, I think you'll still have time.
It doesn't seem like a lot of people are buying though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not seeing anybody like getting like, loads of boxes like, oh, I just got that. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Is that not kind of crazy? I was expecting the same thing. I was thinking that people would bum rush this.
Yeah.
Right? I was expecting to see these posts. Here's 6 figures I just bought from this. I'm just seeing it kind of trickle in.
Yeah.
Well, and they're not giving us the figures that I think are hot right now that everybody wants. So, I think people like myself are still hesitant to pull the trigger. And then I have it in the back of my mind too. I'm like, well, there's nothing here that's like really tempted me, a little bit, but then I'm like, but what's Christmas going to bring? So, then I'm still like just kind of holding off.
Well, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but I know Fabs, you've talked about this. These are older figures that have been out for a little while, just clogging up some warehouse inventory. But also, I'm seeing you can buy these honestly still secondhand for cheap. Like I just got this Kylo Ren for $140 shipped.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Through the community.
That's the thing. It's like, why would you want to spend, even if it's 50% off, still half of a retail, and you're still going to buy a full figure for retail. So if you can get them for way less than that, I think it'll still be cheaper with that discount if you get two.
Yeah.
So even the bird poop not Mandalorian, the bird poop Boba Fett from Mandalorian, I got that on buy sell trade for $180 shipped. And that thing's still in stock, and that wasn't even part of the deal because it's a newer figure. So, I mean, there's just so many deals to be found.
Not the double pack.
Not the double pack, just the single, but still, a pretty good deal. And just to be able to find deals like that going, on the buy sell trade, just still, that's why I think some people aren't going crazy on Sideshow as well.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see who else is in here. Brick Artemis, what's up, my friend? Saying hello to the Jedi. Let's see.
So if you don't know, that's Robbie Dre, Fabs.
For being here. No, I know who it is.
Brick had to tell me who it was at first.
I follow him today. Who was it? Who was it that I talked to today? Was it you? Yeah.
Me.
It was him. I was like, who is this? And then I followed him on Instagram and YouTube. So guys, check him out. Brick Artemis. He's starting up. So
I gave him a nice little shout out earlier today.
Yeah, so did I. On what do you call it? On Instagram. William, what's going on, my friend? Austin has a sack of 20 things.
So him and I were talking earlier. In one of these boxes, it's some third-party figure. I completely forgot which one it is.
You know what I did? I had to mark them all because they just come in generic boxes. So I had to write on the side of the box which is which when I get them, just so I can remember.
The generic box is with 100 stamps.
Yeah, but still, I get so many third parties. I don't know which one's which. Let's see. Cobra's Collection, my friend. Thank you for being here. What's going on? Salty Collector. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here tonight. And the Jedi. All right, so let's get right into it, guys. So I don't know if you guys saw. I'm pretty sure you guys saw what was released finally after being delayed for so long. We have this beautiful, beautiful guy. He looks amazing. I can't believe that he's finally here. What did you guys think when you saw this? Did you guys expect it to be this good, or you expected it to not be as good, or what do you guys think of this piece?
I expect it to be at least that good.
You thought it was going to be at least this good?
Oh yeah. I kind of regret not pre-ordering it. I might pull the trigger when it comes in stock because I didn't play the game until a year after the game came out.
See, I ordered this, just because number one, the way it looks. Number two, I'm a fan of Keanu Reeves, but and obviously I get 99% of anything Hot Toys, but I never played the game. I looked up on YouTube what the game was about. And I was like, I don't think I would have ever bought this game anyway. But the figure looks incredible.
I never played the game. Don't know anything about it. Figure looks cool. Looks fun. I have no attachment to it besides it being Keanu Reeves.
Are you getting it or no?
No.
I think eventually you will.
If it's one of those things, it comes to me in a couple years or so, and it's a good deal. Yeah, it's cool enough. It's one of those figures. It's cool enough where even if I don't know where it originated, it still looks awesome. And I have some figures in my collection. I don't typically buy like that. But when something looks really cool, kind of like Morbius, right? Not a great movie. I have no attachment to it. But the figure is pretty cool, despite what people may think.
William says, Keanu Reeves as player, so stop him. Oh, my God.
Well, William, did you stop?
What about you, Graham? What do you think of this? Are you getting this? Are you not getting this? Do you know about the character? Do you like Keanu Reeves?
I do like Keanu Reeves. I don't think he's the best actor, but he's got those cult classics that we all love, like Speed or John Wick, amongst others. But I was always interested. I remember when this figure came out and it was announced, and I was always interested in getting the head sculpt. and putting it onto like another John Wick body and just having kind of like a modded John Wick. Yes, it would be so cool. I think the head sculpt probably, I want to see it without the glasses. I think it looks better without. I think it looks better than the John Wick 2 that we have. The hair's a little long, I get it, but it could be a cool. It could be just a cool kit bash that people.
The hair may
do.
be long enough for John Wick 4.
That's true.
I think the expression is a better expression than the John Wick figure. You know, he looks more serious. He looks more angry.
Right.
And
I agree.
I think that if, with the glasses here, he looks more mellow. But without the glasses, I think if you could get somebody to, just hypothetically, not that somebody's going to do this, but if you could get, a piece of sculpted hair, of John Wick hair, I think this head sculpt would be better than the John Wick original head sculpt.
Right. But, it's not, like Austin said, doesn't have any meaning to me. I didn't play the game. I'm not going to get a figure just based off of, Keanu Reeves. So this is probably something I'll pass on. But if I ever do see somebody parting it out, it might be something that I try. So who knows?
Yeah, no, I love the whole, cybernetic thing. I love the accessories that it comes with. I love the guitar. I love the body.
Tight leather pants.
Yeah, I love the tattoos. Look at that.
Yeah, I like the expression, like the eyebrows are more furrowed.
Yes.
Yeah, and they got the beard right too. That Keanu Reeves beard where it's like cut down and it doesn't fill all the way in. Yep. Whereas the John Wick one was all faded and
yes,
didn't look very good.
Exactly. Yeah, it looked very cheap. It didn't look like it actually had hair. It was just like sprayed on like black.
Right. So I actually painted mine on just to be a little bit more screen accurate, but this looks a lot better. So I mean, yeah, again, it's not going to be screen accurate, but I think it would be cool just to see another John Wick figure with this updated kind of head sculpt.
Yeah, and I think we may be lucky and get a John Wick 4 figure too.
Probably.
That would be nice because they saw how well the other one did.
Well, did you guys hear too that they're wanting to make like a show based off of it, how the hotel got started, the currency, and all that? Like they want to expand the world.
What are they going to do?
You said a show?
Yeah, they said show.
Oh, show. That'd be cool.
That seems to be the route that they're going nowadays is, we give everything like a mini series and we go prequel and which is cool, but it's just, it's just kind of the way things are going.
Spider-Man.
I don't know if this was like hearsay that I saw on Facebook or if it's actually announced by Disney, but when they introduced the X-Men, instead of us getting like origin stories, we're going to get like these 45-minute episodes introducing all the characters like in their backstory and whatnot.
What's up, Leighton?
Leighton, what's going on, my friend? Yeah, no, I like I was saying, they're doing that with Spider-Man too. What is it, Spider-Man year one or high school, high school year or something like that? They're going backwards with a show, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
because they're going to show his origin story, I believe.
Game of Thrones is doing it. There's a bunch of other franchises kind of doing the same thing too. That'd be cool though, because I'd love to see how the hotel got started. The only thing about John Wick that I don't understand is how, like in John Wick 2, how it's like supposed to be this like, the secret underground. I don't know what would you call it, like a mob or a club. But then all of a sudden, when everybody's after him, it's like literally everybody on the streets is part of this, and it's not even like this. Like everybody knows about it. I'm just like, this doesn't make sense. Yeah,
well, I guess they'll explain that hopefully. Yeah, and I it's funny because I'm like, when that happened, I was like, are these all killers? Like, are they all part of the club?
Right.
Like I get it. It's
homeless
for the money.
guy.
Yeah, but I get it. It's for the money. But I'm like, how did all these people find that out? Like, it was insane. So that was one thing that didn't make sense, at least for me. So it's funny you bring that up. So this figure is beautiful. I can't wait for this figure. I almost ordered 2, but I was like, I don't really need to get 2 of them. And see, here's another one of those background diorama background things that they do. I don't
keep it.
Yeah, I don't care for this. I don't care for this at all.
The Miles Morales one, it's cool. It's
the
fun.
2020 suit one is the best one.
The one with the computers and whatnot.
Yes. That's the only one I've ever used out of every single figure that I own that came with it. That's the only one I used, and I was like, there is absolutely and well, it's different, but I was gonna say the Iron Man, that Origins Iron Man, but this 2020 Miles, 2020 suit Miles, that thing with the computers looks so good. And when I saw it, I was like, I cannot waste this in the box. I was like, there's no way. So I have it in the D12, which is another cool thing about what they're doing with these. They make sure they fit in a D12. You know what I mean? So it fits perfectly in there. So so I put it in the back, and then I have all the Miles in front of it, which again looks incredible. So I'm glad that they thought about that enough, and I'm assuming that they figured out that a lot of people, display their figures, in the D12. So I think that's what they're measuring, them exactly for them to fit in the D12, which is great on their part. So good look on Hot Toys for us. So yeah, this.
Can you go back to that arm?
What do you guys in the chat think of this figure? Are you guys getting? Who's getting this? Who's not getting this?
They did a really good job in that elbow joint, just making it look mechanical and kind of like blending it in. I like. That's pretty cool.
Spider-Man.
You can see like the pitting.
Oh, it is a cartoon. Yes, it is a cartoon. I thought it was. I thought it was going to be Tom Holland. What the hell was it? It was supposed to be like high school or high school year or something like that, or graduate. Something. I thought it was something like that, but I thought it was going to be Tom Holland. I didn't know it was going to be cartoon. Yeah, no, this arm looks cool. You know what it looks like? It looks like it would be die-cast, and I think it should have been die-cast, but I doubt it.
I highly doubt it as well.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Cyborg Spider-Man arm a little bit. Let me see if there's any die-cast in here. 10 pieces, wrinkly detail, cybernetic arm with metallic silver color.
Yeah.
Boo. No, I think it should have been metallic, but then the figure would have been $1,000. All right, so let's go to the next topic. The next topic. Oh, here we got Texas Finest. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. We have this guy.
Oof.
What did you guys think when you guys saw this?
Well,
looks really good.
This is the art figures one, by the way, because there's two. We'll get into the second one in a little bit, but this is the first one that was announced.
Yeah, the first time I saw this, it was the art figures promotion of it. Looks great. Sculpt is awesome. I was really blown away. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, I absolutely have to order this one. And then it seems to be a trend, just like the Dark Toys mask that came out right after that. Present Toys released their mask variant of it. And we kind of got the same thing with this. But I'm sold on this one still. I think he looks great. Head sculpt, awesome. I love the hair. Suit looks really good. Granted, it's a promotional pick, but still must buy.
Our figures, when they show you a picture or their promo pictures, it's usually the same product. It's never really like, oh, it doesn't look like the picture. Our figure, and we were talking about that earlier. Our Figures is such an underrated company. They've been around for many, many years. They're a company that, they make a product. It usually sells out pretty quickly, and then it's a product that once it sells out, people will go looking for it because it's something usually unique, something that Hot Toys, won't do. They made not only one version of Crossbones, but two. The first one sold out super quickly, and believe it or not, that first one was crappy compared to the new one that they did with the head sculpt, with the burnt head sculpt at that. So they're a company that, again, it's been around for a long, long time, making really, really good quality stuff. The
base is cool too.
Yeah, the base is cool with the mechanical look. The one thing I didn't like about them was they recently came out with an Aquaman, which the figure looks cool. It's just the body with tattoos and the hair's up, and it looks like the water's flowing through his hair. The only thing, and it's just plain jeans and his weapon, the what do you call it, the pitchfork, the trident, yeah. And so the one thing I didn't like about it though was that body that they use. They're using these body, and again, I don't know why they're using these bodies that look like hexagon, octagon, like they're all like weirdly shaped, like arms. And I don't know why. I don't know what kind of look they're trying to go for. I don't know why they're doing that. But I almost, as soon as I saw the figure, I was like, oh, that's cool. But I was like, that body, I was like, absolutely not. And I've seen people already, have it in hand, and it doesn't do it for me. And I don't know why they're doing that. They've made, Aquaman figures already. What was it? Orm, I think they made. They've made, again, plenty of figures for a lot. But these bodies, I don't know what the hell's going on with them. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
No, but it's funny that you kind of talk about the body, because that was the only complaint I had, was that the proportions maybe looked a little off to me. Like, I know Johnny Depp is a slim man, especially in this movie, but in some of these images, he looks a little too like stick figure-ish. But I think the portrait is amazing, and like, at least from the photos here, it looks like it's like Hot Toys quality. I love the detail. Like with that close up when we see him, you actually see like Johnny Depp in that image. It looks great. Even that profile pic right there. But like, some of these, and maybe it's just the way he's posed. He just looks a little too skinny, but like maybe right here. But I love the detail on the suit. This is something that I think a lot of people would love to have, like from Hot Toys. So it's nice that we're getting some sort. This is going to be unlicensed, I'm assuming, correct?
Yep.
Being that it's called Scissorhands.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. No, I think they're unlicensed.
They are.
Yeah, because they usually make unlicensed stuff.
But even that, the hair, the sculpted hair looks really good, really believable. Yeah. I almost wonder, would these Scissorhands be die cast?
I don't think so. I don't think
that would
so.
Be cool.
I think if that was the case, absolutely would have been cool. But I think that would have reflected on the price. And
I agree.
Oh yeah, and this is going for what, 180?
Something like that.
170.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Something like that.
It's very cheap.
Yeah, those images right there are spot on. This is something that I don't buy a whole lot of like third party stuff, but this is definitely something that I will have on my radar, and I very well may pull the trigger, because it's not expensive either. It's not like it's not one of those that you got to really think about, because it's pretty reasonably priced.
You also said something too that so many collectors keep reverberating in these groups. This is an awesome, classic, iconic character. This is one of those things people keep saying Hot Toys need to do more of.
Right.
This is a perfect one. This is going to be a standout piece. You don't see this, even on the custom side or anything else. You just don't see this figure often. I know, Fabs, you have like the Hot Toys ones, and I've seen some other people, like Gerald Carter is a buddy. He has it. You don't see it often, though. So
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. You said Hot Toys did this a long time ago, correct? Like towards their beginning. So that figure, I think, is pretty dated. So I think this one would obviously blow it out of the water. Not to compare them or anything like that. Maybe Hot Toys.
You're 100% right, and you're going to see why. So it's a good point saying that.
So maybe Hot Toys will do it again eventually. Who knows? But they've kind of, I think, since they released this, they've really gotten away from doing these one-offs. They're focusing on these Disney franchises and whatnot. So I think it is less likely that they do it. So it's really nice that we are getting this Scissorhands figure.
The bad thing is I feel like I can argue both sides of that so equally, of Hot Toys only churning out the Disney-owned stuff, right? The Marvel, the Star Wars. I can argue it makes complete sense. I'm fine with it because I'm a fan of those. But then also, just as a general movie buff and just a collector who just has a very eclectic taste of things, I just have a lot of variety. I want them to do more of these, but that's why I'm happy with these third-party companies. I'm all for it. Regardless, I'm getting my fix. So
and that's typically why I stay away from third-party, because I don't think they're the standard that Hot Toys is. But like, again, if Fabs is back in this company and they're going to deliver what I'm seeing, then I'm definitely on board to pick this up, especially with the price in there as well.
One thing about these third-party companies is usually head sculpts are decent, accessories are decent, but it's the bodies that they use. With art figures, the bodies are always great. You never get a cheap body. You never get a flimsy body. which is again why I think when they do make, it's not a company that's constantly pumping out figures, but when they do make a figure, it usually sells out pretty quickly because of that, because the quality is always there, and it doesn't have to be super expensive to sell out, and not to sell out, to have that quality, and they always deliver great quality. What do you think, Michael?
I think the head sculpt looks spot on, especially with like the saddened expression on his mouth and stuff like that, and the scars throughout the face and everything. It's great. It's fantastic.
Let me see who's in the chat real quick. Insane One, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here.
Insane in the membrane.
Andrew James. Sorry I'm late, but yes, my Moco Loco twin. What's going on? Axel, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Moco Loco, what's going on? That's Andrew. Let's see. Leighton says, this looks like Scissorhands of the movies. You'll never forget. I've got some, yeah. Yeah, no, it's good that companies are getting into it. And yeah, they're third-party companies, but it's a good character to get. And there's, even though it looks like it's a very limited character to do like different looks of, you could, and we'll get into it, but you could get multiple looks out of the same character, even though you would think it's limited because of the fact that it's just that same outfit every time.
Also, think about the dio you can do with this thing. You could put together like these shrubs, like the bushes that he cut in the movie. Now just make it. That's an easy thing. Even somebody like me, I don't do any kind of customization. I don't make dios or anything, but I can go to the dollar store, pick up some bushes, and like you can create this atmosphere
greenery
in a detolf just to make that figure pop even more.
Yeah, or go to the landscaper and get some greens. Calvin, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here.
So, question for you too, not to interrupt, but being that this is a third-party figure, is this something that you guys think collectors need to pre-order, or is this something that you think once it's released they'll just be able to kind of grab? What's the best route to getting their hands on this figure?
I think that with figures like this, especially this company, you're always going to be able to get them after they're released. The problem is for how long. You know what I mean? You're gonna, and the reason why I say how long is because it's not. For example, I got mine from KitChan16kid.com, and I am, he is very limited with what he gets. Right? So he's done. But he's not the only one selling these. You know what I mean? So you can get them in so many different places. But again, how many pieces do they get? How many people usually order from them? How many? So that's why with stuff like this, I order as soon as I saw the images, I pre-ordered mine immediately. But because again, you never know.
Yeah, I pretty much echo the exact same thing Fabs just said. Granted, this one's kind of a unique one. Yeah. Because I'm sure as what Fabs is going to show, there's a little bit of a competition, so we have options with this one. But essentially, I don't think this would be one of those things that sells out everywhere for, the first 2 weeks or whatnot. You're going to have a little bit of time. But I believe since this is such a niche character, right, it's not going to be this very broadband, massive influx of inventory they created for something like a Marvel fan or Marvel character or whatnot, which they know has a very wide audience. Right. I doubt the amount that they made is anything compared to that. But, a lot of retailers, TNS, KG Hobby, Kit from 1-6, all of them are going to have it. And especially, once again, this one's kind of a unique one because it does have a little bit of competition going on right now.
Just like you said, it's a very refreshing piece. You know what I mean? It's different. It's not your usual Marvel, DC, Star Wars stuff. And there's a lot of people who are understandably bored of all that same stuff constantly. So when you get something like this, it's just refreshing and it's just something different and something new and something oh wow, this looks cool. And who was it? Who was it that said it? I think it was Andrew James. Oh, here it is. This figure would be amazing to own, but throw the entire. So pieces like this, like they'll pop in your collection. You know what I mean? You could see it as like a negative and say, oh, that doesn't belong. But if you have it on a detail by itself, it's going to make your collection look so much nicer, just because of the character.
Yeah, and I think it'll fit in just perfectly fine. I mean, it's no different than me having Marty McFly next to Terminator 2. Like, I mean, they're all just kind of the one-off, the movie masterpiece stuff. Like, it's just the stuff that you love. So as long as you're okay with it, I just say get what you like.
Oh, this is probably for Austin. 160 had it for 212 shipped. Where did y'all get one? So what was it? TNS where you got yours from?
Yeah, I actually haven't pre-ordered mine yet, only because I have been going in between art figures and the Present Toys one, trying to figure out which one it is. Do I want both of them? But yeah, TNS I think was the cheapest.
But I'm saying, but they're talking about the price. Is that where you saw it for 170?
Yeah. I believe it's TNS that I saw was the cheapest one. But multiples have it right now. TNS.
But TNS prices before shipping or with shipping included?
Well, so they do shipping included, but I found my last 4 pre-orders with them, even though shipping was included, like the example, like I use KG Hobby the most, even with their shipping is included because TNS has free shipping, it was still cheaper than KG Hobby, even with them adding the shipping at the end. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I don't know anything about those companies because I've always, for third party, 99% besides, like I always say, besides Social Toys, since he doesn't carry Kitchen for literally every single third party item ever. So I don't really order or know anything about, and I've seen the companies, TNS, I don't think anybody has ever complained about them that I know of. KG Hobby has been around for a long time too. I don't know, I've never heard anybody complain about them. They got their own group, so I'm assuming that they're okay as well. So, but again, I've never personally dealt with any of them. I like how you wear balloons.
Don't give this man any time. Don't give him airtime.
Yeah, no, I can't, believe me. I don't know why it does that. It's freaking annoying.
You can change it, Fabs.
How?
You can click a different button, a different layout.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to change it just for me. I'm good.
And then it'll be below. We might go to the bottom though, but then it might be below us.
Let me see. Let me try this one. See? Still. Believe me, I try every time. I'm like, why does it cover people? Every time.
Yeah, you can click a different layout there on your bottom tiles.
Tiles. Under banners? No.
No. So under the screen, there's like the gray and white like the tiles showing how you want to place everybody, and you can edit. You can click one of those.
Yeah, no, let me see. Not that one.
That's full.
Not that one.
Yeah, just keep going through.
Not that one. Not that one. No, I'm telling
that
you.
one. Now click a button.
Gotcha.
Click
Gotcha. Okay.
Somebody's chat.
Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, why does it always cover the bottom person? And I was like, that's so annoying. But let me see. Now let me see.
Really quick while you're doing that too. Well, you said kind of before that, you guys think this is something Hot Toys should do, and that it's like a staple in the '90s movie realm, and that I would think this would sell better than like a zombified Iron Man or a venomized Iron Man, like those, or the the Iron Man figures that they're making with the
venomized,
or the. I can't. I'm blanking. I'm thinking of like Tron, the Tron look.
Oh, the neon text.
The neon tech, yeah. So like, it's almost like, Hot Toys. Why can't you like maybe drop some of those where you're almost just like trying to create something Marvel just to sell? Where maybe instead of doing that, you come out with one of these instead. And I think it would sell better because there's such a limited market for Iron Man collectors that probably want the venomized, or now it's not screen accurate, so people might not want it as much. You guys can let me know if you think I'm right or wrong, but I think if Hot Toys were to do more of things like this, at least instead of getting one off a year, we're getting like 5 or 6. I think that would help sales a lot.
Yeah, well, the perfect example is Pennywise.
Right. penny
I
wise.
want to immediately say yes that this would do well, but I don't know. Even though I would be all for this, that's absolutely what I want. For whatever reason in my head, I'm thinking maybe it's just this movie in particular just seems so niche. I see more people like when they do drop one of these oddball Iron Man characters, such as the Venomized or whatever. It seems to get more hype online. But granted, Fabs and I have talked about this in the past. I'm sure many others have. People like to complain. So
Sure.
maybe when Hot Toys drop something, it's just more heat about, oh, this isn't good or this doesn't look great. So maybe that's why I see it so often. That doesn't necessarily correlate to people buying it versus just complaining.
And I do know that Iron Man is a lot bigger of a franchise in China, so I'm sure they all sell out there too. So I guess I got to take that into consideration as well.
But that just means they need to limit it then, right?
Right.
If they put limited 500 pieces.
Right.
Even if a person is on the fence, I'm sure a lot of them would just buy it just for that.
Do you think something else that comes into play is that this movie came out in, I think, 93, so it's 30 years old? Maybe they don't feel like it's a great target audience. Like maybe, I would think collectors are in their 30s and 40s. Kind of like starting out, but I guess there are some people in their 20s that are collecting. But I don't know. Maybe it's just too far back in time. But they're doing like Sideshow's doing the Clint Eastwood collection. Who knows?
It's even older, right? But
Right.
the thing is, I think that they wouldn't be making these figures if they didn't expect to make money on them. So they know that there's a market for these figures, and the fact that it's not one company but two at the same time making the figure, it shows that they know what the hell they're trying to do. You know what I mean?
I have two things about that. You think it's because they're saving money because this isn't licensed, so saving, however much that costs. But then also kind of go back to like what Andrew said in the chat about not wanting to disrupt the flow of a collection, such as those who only collect Star Wars or only collect Marvel, who only collect superheroes.
Yeah, but that's just up to the buyer, to the consumer, to the collector. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm just curious if that's what kind of goes into it with Hot Toys.
Well, no, I don't think. I think whatever is in their plans, I think that's what they're going to make. You know what I mean? I don't think they think about us. I think they think about whatever's going to make them money. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's up to the person to buy. They could come out with, I don't know, the N1, for example, and everybody, oh my God, I can't wait for this thing to sell and blah, blah. And let's say, they expect 1,000 people to buy it and only 100 buy it. You know what I mean? It's just up to the person. They're going to make whatever they're going to make, but they hope that people buy whatever it is that they make, but doesn't mean that just because they make something that everybody's just going to buy it. So
with the licensing fees on Edward Scissorhands, my guess is Hot Toys would not make it because they would have to pay the fees and they would have to get the numbers to sell the product.
That's another thing.
Exactly.
And that's two factors right there. They might not,
even though I want them to do
think
that,
they could get the numbers on that figure. Like, I don't know how many figures they would normally sell for an Iron Man. I have no idea. Say they sell 10,000 figures of one Iron Man figure, right? Well, they already have that mold, so it's an easy sell for them to say, well, we had 10,000 people order this Iron Man. Let's go make a Neon Tech version of this one now, because we already know we sold 10,000. We're estimating we could probably make more money on that same mold and make another, sell another 5,000 units or whatever. But with Edward Scissorhands, I guarantee you the numbers that they would get out of that and the licensing fees involved would not come close to an Iron Man figure or even a Stormtrooper figure that we have. How many different Stormtroopers do we need right now?
Yep, I agree. But in the end, I want
every color of the rainbow, including porcelain dinnerware version. Like, come on.
Black chrome, red chrome, white chrome, chrome.
I would buy a red chrome Stormtrooper right now.
Oh, man. Let me say hi to OG fan. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. Boba Fettuccine, what's going on, my friend? Cobra's collection says I have an entire detail dedicated to one host Terminator. Yeah, that's awesome. That probably looks amazing. Yeah, that probably looks amazing. TNS is 208. Also, yeah, so it's definitely not 170, 180.
Yeah.
Hey, Boba. Eric Scissorhands. So first was, yeah, no, that's a good point. The licensing and how many pieces they would expect to sell. And so that's a very good point. I didn't even think of that. See, Austin, you got more screen. This guy, unbelievable. Rick here, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. You made it. 1,000 made. So, yeah, I wish they were that limited. Shit. Mike says, I think this is just going to be all this market demographic. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. They what was it? What's that company? Redmond Toys, I think. Redmond Toys just came out with the Bram Stoker Dracula figures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so those are I actually I'm gonna talk about those too.
I think that's who did my Lost Boys.
Hold on.
Man.
Oh, yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah.
How's the body? Got to be crappy.
You know what? Not the best.
Yeah,
could absolutely be better.
That company's very cheap. That's why I asked.
Sculpt is good. Everything else, yeah.
That's
Clothing's good.
That's the problem with those third party. You know, if it's usually the head sculpt that's not the problem. It's the bodies.
Yeah. He's definitely not standing by himself. So
yeah, say that's what I mean. If they fix that, and that's how they're able to save money, because if that wasn't the one way to save money, they would use good quality bodies. So they know that, buying these cheap bodies in bulk, they're saving even more money. So that's the only issue. Once they fix that issue, they could get a decent body for a decent amount of money. Believe me, third-party figures will be just as good as Hot Toys. Obviously not with the likeness, but just quality in the body. Hayden, what's going on, my friend? Polo, thank you for being here. So let's go on to the next figure. The next what do you call it? The next Edward Scissorhands that was again announced at the same time, literally. So this is by Present Toys. I was actually having a conversation with somebody in my group, actually. He was saying that, he was getting this because he's experienced that Present Toys is very good. He doesn't own any art figures, but this was, in his opinion, this was better and, all this stuff, which, again, that's his opinion and there's nothing wrong with it. But, I pointed out to him that, number one, if you don't own art figures, you can't really say that this is better. And, not to take away from Present Toys, because they've been doing really, like, I just got the Present Toys, the mask figure, and the likeness on that figure is way better than the Asmus figure that came out, years ago, at least 5 to 6, 7 years ago. The likeness is way better on the new one, the Present Toys, but that body is complete garbage. The body, like the whole torso and the upper by the chest where it folds, the thing like has no tension whatsoever. The thing is like it's like jelly. Just constantly just moves around. So you got to like try to keep it, upright to be able to hold. Because I have him, posed with the bags behind him. So, Present Toys is, has been around for about 5 years. I found out. They Art Figures has been around for at least 10. So you would assume that a company that's around for that long is a lot better than a company that's been around for 5 years.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, Fabs. I was gonna say Present Toys, they got a lot of buzz right now because of the mask figure, but then also like their Indiana Jones. So I feel like just this past month, I'm just seeing this snowball buzz of everybody absolutely loving them, which is good for the company. But same thing like you just said about art figures, I've had others tell me the exact same thing. So that's why I'm still kind of torn between them. If I'm going to get both of them.
Well, the thing is, like I was saying with Present Toys, they've been around for about 5 years, and they're getting better. There's no doubt about that. But again, if they, as a third-party company, they fix these bodies, forget it. They'll be great because, again, the likeness is there. The quality of work when it comes to the outfits, the tailoring, the materials, for example, specifically speaking of that mask figure, if you compare it to the which is, I made that video. You guys can check it out now. It's on the channel. I did a comparison of the Asmus, the mask, and the Present Toys mask. And, the material feels a lot cheaper than the Asmus toys, which I would expect from, again, a company that's been around for at least a decade compared to a company that's been around for, about 5 years. But it doesn't look bad at all. Like, you could really, really appreciate that figure for what it's worth as well, because it's a lot cheaper than the Asmus figure. So, because I believe the Asmus was licensed, if I'm not mistaken. So, the what do you call it? The quality of that. The only quality issue with that figure is the body. The body's trash, garbage, the worst thing. And like I said in the video, if you quickly just do a body swap, I think you would get a really good quality figure out of that just by swapping the body, because that's the only problem in my opinion. But going back to your point, Austin, if you look at the likeness of art figures in this, night and day. You know what I mean? Not only that, but the hair. Look how yes, it's rooted here.
Yeah, looks like an afro.
So just the hair alone gives you a completely different look on the figure, which is what makes it interesting and wanted to get both.
Yeah. For me, for Present Toys, it's truly the outfit itself, like the additional outfit that we get with it, because it's a completely different look. Adding that.
See, like here, look at the face. This does not look like Johnny Depp at all. It does not really look like what the art figure's head sculpt looks like at all. But this is what made me want to get it right here.
Yep, same. That's kind of that's what's going on in my head right now.
Harold, Commander Green, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. So let me see, Single Storm Rider. What's going on, my friend? Nice to see you here tonight. Art Figures did a great, So Art Figures is great. They've been doing a lot of cool things for a very long time. And again, that's why I would never. What?
They just came out with a Bane too, not too long ago, right?
Who?
Art Figures.
Oh, I don't know. I know that the last figure that I purchased from them was the Crossbones with the burnt face. Because they had an old one with no head sculpt, with just the helmet, and it was nothing compared to the new one. So that's the last one I got from them. And then after that, they came out with that Aquaman figure with the hair flowing, that look. And I don't know, I don't remember them. I don't know if maybe you could look it up, but I don't remember that a Bane coming out of them.
The one in the green suit you're talking about.
Yeah, like the Venom Slayer. I think that's what they named it.
Yep.
Oh yes, the animated one. Yeah, it looks like it's green. Yes, I do have that one. Yeah, but that's nothing. Nothing lifelike or no head sculpt or anything like that. It's just like a random figure that they did, and I thought it was from a video game too. It looks like. But see, like this is the look that makes me want to get this figure right here, just because nobody else, not even Hot Toys, gave us this look years ago.
I have a feeling once you get this in hand and you take it out of the box, that hair is just going to be like a poof of nothing, and you're just going to have to.
You have to bust out the kitty.
Yeah,
brush.
I don't know if it'll be worth the hassle to try to get it to look natural and realistic, but I definitely lean towards the Art Toys figure as opposed to this one, even with that extra clothing set. Because for me, it's got to be the head sculpt. I got to have the head sculpt, otherwise, I just can't get it. So, I think this outfit maybe looks a little bit more detailed, but I think the head sculpt is definitely not on point as compared to the one we just saw.
Right, the likeness, and the lips are there. The lips look, that it has that look.
And who knows how different it would look like if we put that hair on this one. Maybe we'd see Johnny Depp a little bit more, but I mean, the hair can really change the way we look at a figure too. So,
yep.
Look at the Chosen one.
Yeah,
that third-party Anakin that came out.
Yeah.
Yes, Daft Toys did Bane. Oh, they did a Bane too. Daft Toys. Oh, they did. Yes. Break out the mask. But yeah, no. So that's the only reason why I'm getting it. Not because this looks better than Art Figures, not because even like look at the scissors. There's no look how crappy they look. They don't look as
like
detailed.
hand painted.
Yeah, they don't look as detailed as the Toys R Us ones by any means. They don't have that nice like shine to it. They don't look. Look at this. Look how crappy that looks here.
Yeah.
So
good point.
so that you can never, and that's why I told the member of my group that there's no way that you can. Again, that's his opinion. There's nothing wrong with it, but I was pointing out that you cannot say, well, in my opinion, this is better when you don't own anything from that company, and you really can't compare, what the quality is for this company that's been around for at least 10 years to something that's been around for 5. And again, not that they're a bad company, not that they don't make good product, but you can't compare anything from art figures because you don't own anything. And that was my main point. So he decided on getting both of them because he wants to get the 2 different looks as well. And I think that's if you're a fan of the movies, Edward Scissorhands, I think it's a no-brainer. See, look, you get this right here, which is awesome. You don't get that with art figures. Hopefully they'll add it at the end. See, look at that. Look at the.
It looks like they're definitely trying to give you more because
it's cheaper.
Exactly. It's cheaper, and you're missing out. They're compensating a little bit for that head sculpt, so they're going to try to give you more stuff. Absolutely. So that you'll want to buy this one.
Absolutely. I know a lot of people don't care, but that base is really boring too compared to art figures.
Exactly. This is the most big. This is the sticker on here. I can guarantee you that. You know. So, and that's the thing. They try to like Graham was saying. They'll try to give you a little bit more of here and there just as fluff to get you to buy the figure. But this is not, in my opinion, this is not better than what do you call it? Then hold on. There we go. This is not better than the art figures, by any means. Again, just looking at the scissors, they look super, super cheap, super crappy. The paint, even the paint job, look how cheap that looks. Let me zoom in for you guys to see if you can't see. There we go.
Another question I have too is this like a full pleather figure?
Yeah, I think they're both. I think they're both pleather.
That worries me. Not gonna lie, that worries me.
Well, if you live in an area where that's a problem, of course, it's not going.
Well, but I don't think. I think that that factors into how quickly it's going to deteriorate. But I do think either way, pleather is going to deteriorate over time. So I don't know. I guess that's something that I tend to stay away from is full pleather figures. But I don't know if I can pass up an Edward Scissorhands. So.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's one thing that may turn collectors off from getting it as well. The fact that this material is, you could like the picture we were just at, like you can feel look at that, like you could feel the flaking starting already. You know what I mean? Like,
and I think that's something that people might worry about too, is being that it's third party. Is it going to deteriorate quicker than like a Hot Toys?
And if you live in a humid location and you don't seal the leather, typically, it's gonna.
Yep. Anybody in the chat excited for this one, or the art figures? Anybody own any art figures? Anybody own any present toys figures?
What we all should be excited about are these companies making these. We just got the mask. Present Toys has been everywhere on all these Facebook groups getting praise for it. They just released this or announced this. Once again, getting a lot of good praise and traction. So I kind of hope that translates into more one-off characters like this. Right. So no matter what, I think even if you don't buy, I think it's good for the community.
Sinister, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Yeah, no, it's true. If they give us more stuff like that, I think it'll bring back, because I think, like I said earlier, I think a lot of people are bored at this point. You know what I mean? Always the same Marvel, DC, Star Wars. And when they see something like this, it's like, it gets you excited again for collecting, and it gives you hope that, maybe other companies or these companies will continue doing lines like this. But again, this is not going to happen all the time. It's just life. You know what I mean? You're not going to get, these characters, these one-off characters, all the time from any, it would be great, but it's unrealistic. That's why, even like we just talked about, Art Figures just did a Bane before. They did a Aquaman before that. So it's just
Present Toys, Indiana Jones, Mask. All this is just back to back.
right. So so is it gonna can it happen? Yes. Is it gonna happen? Probably not. But some companies will give you better choices than others. So this was another figure that came out. I remember years ago when I first started collecting, and I was maybe 3-4 years in, and people were paying crazy money for customs of this character and customs of that other Dracula, which I'm going to get into in a little bit. Like insane amounts of money, like $700 and up for these customs. And the customs were that expensive because they were very limited. I want to say it was something like 10, 15, 20 pieces, very, very small amounts. But people were going crazy for these customs. And I was like, and I get it, like the movie was great, but like, is it really that serious that you would pay like all this money for a custom? Like this right here, the hair alone, it's like, nope, I'm good. The head sculpt looks very, very cheap. And this company, in my opinion, I don't like, the stuff that they make. I don't think I own anything of theirs. If I do, I don't remember, but I don't really like anything that they make. Do you guys know about this company at all?
No, I haven't heard of them.
I just have one figure.
Which one? Oh, the one you just...
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing I've seen. The Lost Boys, I think they've made. But look at this. This looks like a straight Barbie doll hair. Like, look at that. Like
this one too. Like they can kind of cheat because with the glasses and then the hair and then like the the goatee, it doesn't have to be spot on, and you'll still kind of like when he's wearing the top hat, you kind of still know who it is. So they can kind of get around that for this one. But yeah, when you get a good look, it looks nothing like Gary Oldman.
No, like at all. Again, it's very cheap, and I think that
looks like a doll.
Yeah, literally. Look at the pegs. Look how like cheap and plasticky they look. Like I don't know. I mean, whoever buys this, God bless, but I would never. And again, people do it because of the character and the meaning of the movie, and I get it. But it's like, man, like
it's got to look good to me, and that's why I said I tend to stay away from a lot of third-party figures. But that, like I said, that Edward Scissorhands, if it's gonna look good and it's gonna kind of blow my socks off, then I'm all in. I don't care. Right. But then when I see stuff like this, it's an easy no for me because that's the reason why I get Hot Toys, is because I love the realness factor. It's got to look authentic, and basically I want it to be like that character in 1/6 scale. I don't want it to be just a cheap representation. So
and you have no neck.
He's got no neck.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I mean, again, I understand that. Like if you like the character and you want to save money, like fine.
Right, I get it. I'm not saying nobody should buy this, but that's just my personal way of collecting.
Exactly.
I mean, even the top hat doesn't look like it fits.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, this is like the biggest. Like I don't know. I'm not even gonna say anything bad. I had an Art Judge Dredd. Yeah, I have all of them. I have all three. It was very good quality. Low price. Yeah, no, those Judge Dredds are really good. I have the black guy, I have the female, and I have the main guy. The only one I didn't get though was the Sylvester Stallone one. Did they even make that? I don't remember. I don't think they did. I know another company made it, and I didn't get that one either. But I have the ones from the new movie, and I love those things. And I don't know if you remember, William, they came out with the black suited ones. That one sold out, and then they made it in blue. And I was like, man, do I really? Because I didn't get the original one. I was like, man, do I really want to get the blue one? I said, I missed out on the black one. They're never going to make this again. And I ended up going on eBay, and I think I paid like $250 for it when it was like $100 and something. I was like, oh man, I'll suck it up. And I'm so glad I did because they look great all together, all three together. I'm going to be taking pictures of those soon as well. I want to start seeing some high-end Tarantino. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Man, Tarantino got a lot of flack recently. Did you guys see that?
Who?
Tarantino.
Oh, no. Yeah. Do you remember? I was gonna say, Graham. Do you remember when they canceled Hot Toys canceled this project?
No,
Yeah.
I just remember seeing the Django. I don't remember who made Django.
So yes, a third party company did, but Hot Toys teased that when the movie was out, because the movie was so good, they teased the characters and then they scrapped the.
Wait, let me guess why? Because people complained.
Correct.
Oh,
They
my
were
God.
with the whole racism thing and all that stuff, and they canceled. And I was like, oh man, I can't wait. And nobody made them for a long, long time after the movie was out. What were you gonna say, Austin?
No, so Tarantino, he's in kind of hot water. It kind of comes back to what you guys just said right there. Some of the movies he's done in his past, and some of the words used in some of these movies, even though it may be fitting for that specific era, it's kind of reflecting back on him being the director and writer of some of these. He also said he attacked Marvel, which kind of how Marvel fans go. He made the comment. I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit. He kind of made the comment of he didn't attack any characters in general. He just said that movies nowadays are pretty boring, and it's not the actors that are getting praised, but more so the characters. And I think that was the gist of what he was saying. Things are just kind of a bit more boring than what it used to be.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, I think it wasn't that happened a few years ago though. That comment that wasn't recent, was it?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, but people are stirring it back up right now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
People just gotta have something to complain about.
Yeah, no,
it's like the Django movie.
I remember that comment because he said, "Oh, this is everything's like the same. There's nothing new. It's boring." I remember him talking about that.
The crazy thing is too, he has such a wide cast of people that he's used for decades, right? But now people, the people like to bandwagon on certain things.
Oh, of course. Sinister says Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction. Yeah, Kill Bill. They made a whole bunch. Oh my God. I mean, not Hot Toys, but third parties have killed. And customizers as well. They've made a bunch of Pulp Fiction figures as well over the years. I know because I've seen them all. I never bought any, but those figures have been around. Again, third party. Kill Bill. They've made tons of third party. Never seen customs as well. Never seen a really, really good quality one ever been made, except for some of the customs. But I wouldn't spend the money for something like that at all. I had the blue, the blue one. I was like, oh man, because I had I had the black guy and I had the female, and I was like, man, the blue one's gonna throw everything off. I was like, why did I not buy it? And then I said, you know what? I was like, I'll suck it up, and I bought it. I think it was like either $220 or $250 on eBay, and I said, it is what it is. And it was before
Redmond Toys did do a line of Pulp Fiction figures.
Did they?
Yeah, they did like Jules, Vincent, Mia.
Oh, see, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. But I know over the years I've seen those characters be made by third party companies. Dread 2 is going to be cool. Hopefully that'll be good. Thank you for being here, Nathan. Nice to see you, my friend. Commander Cook, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. He came out and said the worst. Oh, okay, that's what he said. These people, man. Michael says the Star Ace Bride from Kill Bill was made. Yeah, I saw Star Ace is another. I don't like Star Ace. Who was I talking to? I think I was talking to D'Lo about I bought these Star Ace Power Rangers. Oh man, I regret it so much. So much. Oh, I regret all of them because they, I was like, oh man, I missed out on them. I said, so I got them. I got the whole, I think it was all 5, and then either the green or the white as well for like $500. And then I had to get the rest. So there was a black one with the shield, a red one with the shield, and then either the white one or the green one. And I was like, oh, so now I have them all, but they're the wrist pegs snap like twigs. Like it's the worst thing ever. And they use, I think it was Fice and Bodies that they use for these things. So they're very puffy, they're very bulky. And I have all of the 3-0 ones all sealed, and I want to display those instead. And I'm like, man, what should I do with these? So I don't know what I'm going to do. I was thinking of adding them to the raffle. But that was another thing, guys. Before I forget, I want to show you guys what my my new raffle is real quick, just because I wanna promote it real quickly. Let me see. Let me get out of here just because. Let me see. I'm gonna. Oh wait, here we go. Where's the groups? So I'm doing a What's going on? I'm doing a raffle for Marvel figures, DC figures, and Star Wars figures. So these are the choices that you get. So it's winner's choice. So if you win, $20 a spot. If you win, you could choose from the following. So I'm going to do them real quick. If you have any questions, you could message me directly on Instagram under Fabs Figures. You could join my group 16 Evolution, or message me on Facebook under Fabio. So you could pick any of these figures. They're all brand new sealed. Again, winner's choice. $20 a spot. You could get as many spots as you want. There's 16 spots left. So I'm just doing this real quick. These are third party, so you can choose any of these. Yeah, I completely forgot. I wanted to do this early, and then I got sidetracked because I was so excited about this this Johnny Silverhand. So any of these you could pick from if you win. Again, all brand new sealed. All right, so that's it, guys. So again, message me if you have any questions, and I'll let you know how to get into it. So let's go to the next one, which is this Dracula figure. I see. If I were to get either one of these, it would be this one, just because it looks like that much better. Not that it's still great, great by any means, but I just like this look better for him. Did you guys see this one?
No.
Briefly.
See, it still looks very cheap.
Yeah.
Look, it looks, the detail very crap. Look at that.
It's very soft, yeah. Very plasticky.
Exactly. I was just gonna say very plasticky, just very no detail really. Just very, very cheap looking. Look at
if I remember the movie correctly too, there was still a distinct color difference between the skin and the hair, and you really don't even see that.
I was going to mention that there's no transition between his actual skin and hair.
Right.
Granted, I don't know the movie well enough to, I guess, comment on the likeness, but just looking at the figure and judging it just by that.
The likeness is okay, but he's way more wrinkly than this. This is there's no detail on the face whatsoever. He looked like a Ken doll. No, he did. It looked so cheap. Stars has Vincent and Jules. Jules looks awful. Vincent, yeah, see, that's the thing. Star Ace is very, very okay. See, look at that.
The sculpt itself doesn't look bad.
Right, exactly. It's just there's no detail to it. You know what I mean? It's just it's very flat.
There's no quality in the paint application.
See, if you go from this picture to this picture, it looks better with the darkness.
Yeah.
Well, see, with that, it adds a little bit more detail, I guess, on the actual wrinkles. But I'm still thrown about the hair and the skin texture. That's a little bit better. That one. I just don't like there's no transition between the two. This picture looks better, but
see, they give you this bust here, which I think is pretty cool.
I thought that was X-Men character. How am I dropping his name? Beast?
Beast, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Beast. No, they give you this bust, which is nice. Look at this thing. It's Dracula at the bottom.
That looks better than the figure's head itself.
See, you get this whole thing. Hold on, let me see. See, you get the bust, you get a pair of hands, well, two pairs of hands, the sword, the base, and the bust.
The clothing looks pretty cheap too, and I get it. Obviously, this is a third party figure, but it's still just something you got to kind of be aware of. That is a great piece right there, though. Yeah, and how it says Dracula on the bottom. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's nothing appealing about this. You know, again, it's the company for me. I don't remember ever getting anything. If I did, I don't remember what I got from them. But I'm pretty sure I never got anything from them just because it just looks cheap all the time. And like I said, if people are buying this, it's just for the love of the characters and not really looking for quality or anything else. Let me see. Mark Mitchell, what's going on? Thank you for being here, my friend. Yeah, so let's go to the next one. So you guys remember when they came out with that Doom figure, that Dr. Doom? It was the same company, S-Hero, and everybody wanted that throne, but it wasn't part of it. Well, here it is now. Very, very cool throne. I think that's what made the figure look so as cool as it did when they were showing those promo pictures for it. But now, how much is this thing? Let me see, because I didn't see the price.
It wasn't like 140.
No, that's the pre-order. I think it's pretty expensive. I thought I saw somebody say it was like 450.
449. $449.
Yeah, there we go, baby. You're welcome.
You were right. I truly thought I was close with the 140.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. $500 now.
140. It's like I was close.
$500 now.
Yeah,
that's enough for me.
What's funny? I've noticed that companies are doing this. They're giving you a figure, and then they'll add like whether it's a throne or something else, or like some type of diorama base for the figure for like $300, and then the figure is like 180 or something like that. It's like absolutely not.
So Fabs, what was it? You and I definitely don't want to. If it wasn't you, just mention it. I was excited for this Doom, and I guess this company is brand new. Like this is their first figure they're releasing, relatively.
But the thing is, that a lot of these, companies that we see as new, they've done things like very rarely here and there, but they're usually owned by a bigger company. You know what I mean? So
like Mars Toys has, was it Saturn?
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's something like that. So we don't really see them unless they make random pieces out of nowhere, but it's usually coming from another company. But what I find iffy is, why do you need a cheaper company to make a product if you have a reputation as a better company? So that's what I don't like.
Yeah, so I don't know a whole lot about that. Is it, I don't know this company or the parent company, is it to possibly have separate lines from each one, like one focus on, let's just say Marvel, and this one's going to be doing like DC, and that's how they're separating?
No, I think what happens is, this is my opinion 100%. So I'm not saying this is what they're actually doing, but what I think is
catching flack at the parent company.
Correct. I think what happens is to be able to give you a cheaper quality picture and charge you enough money for it without you attaching that name, that quality to their big name company. I think that's what they do this, and that's why they don't want, like I said, for example, Toys Era owns, there's another company they own. I forget the name. Oh man, what the hell's the name? It's we bought from them as well, but it's not as good as Toys Era. And they'll give you a cheaper quality product under that name being, still being Toys Era. And again, it's just to be able to charge you enough for this figure, not give you the same quality as Toys Era, but not necessarily having to be attached to Toys Era and have people say, oh, this is Toys Era, this is crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If it's positive, they'll absolutely claim it. Like, this was a production of
Toys Era.
If it's negative backlash, like, hey, this is our own company, they're doing this. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think that's the whole deal behind this stuff. I don't think it has anything to do with splitting the lines. I think it's just to be able to get away with giving you shit product for decent amount of money. And then if you complain, well, who's this company? Oh, we don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what do you guys, what does the chat think about the Doom figure and this throne? Good price? Are you guys going to get it?
I think it's funny how they're kind of trying to pull one over everybody, where they put was it 149 or 180 up in the big, like it's the price, and then
they got
down
me
below.
No. That's and I want to talk about, again, Kit's website, because I always only ordered from him. That's always his format. Like when you pay for that pre-order price, it's always that that deposit, and he always at the bottom will say you're paying for the deposit, which like he said, well, you're paying for the deposit, and then this is what it is, this is what you're paying, and then the difference will be charged when the item is ready to ship. So
it makes sense for Kit. The way he does it,
100%. Everybody else,
he gets a limited amount. Let's say it's only 100. I mean, he's going to have funds, and which is the deposit, to actually have that allotted amount. It makes sense how he does it. But man, I saw the 149, and I truly thought that's what this was going to be.
No way, because this looks heavy.
That's how much it should be is 149. It shouldn't be $4 whatever.
Correct.
500.
It's a chair.
No. Yeah, no.
They're charging you for the detail. That's what they're charging you for.
Is it real carpet? Is that real fabric? Like, is that real gold inlay?
It's velvet.
It better be for that price.
Is it cast in bronze?
The cast in bronze. No, but that's what I mean. Like, can you imagine $400-something for this thing? Out of their minds. Out of their
no way.
More than the figure. But I think that and here's my thing, if they had removed this, which is a picture of Dr. Doom on a horse, I think if it would have been a more generic diorama chair, I think it would have been better for collectors to use it with other figures. But because they did this, I think you're stuck with just getting Doom for it.
Also, we all know in the collecting world, in the collecting game hobby, patience is key. We know Fantastic Four is coming, right? We know just wait a few years. It's going to take a few years, but it's coming, and it's going to be high quality. That's going to be a villain that Hot Toys will have to do once he actually does get introduced.
OG fan says it's to shield him from legal action making. Well, no, because it'll be a third-party company owning another third-party company. So it has nothing to do with unlicensed. I think, if there was a licensed company, like let's say Toys R Us was licensed and they owned, S Toys or whatever the hell it is, then I would understand that. But it's an unlicensed company who owns another unlicensed company. So I don't think it has anything to do with that. The throne looks cool for Deadpool. Oh, that's a good idea.
That's the great thing about Deadpool. Man, you can throw a Darksaber in his hand. It looks awesome. You can put him you can put him paired with Batman, and it fits. He will look great in whatever environment, whatever characters you pair him with.
Mark Mitchell, what's going on, my friend? He says, picked up Snowspeeder.
Good figure.
Joker's both. Oh, good. Nice.
Yo, I don't think I'm ever getting my Mars Joker figure. I don't know.
Who'd you order from?
So I typically in the past have always done KG Hobby, but dude, it takes forever with every single thing.
16kid.com. You're welcome.
I know, man. You're selling me on it. Trust me. I have like 15 more orders through KG that I think I just gotta. Yeah. So I have a lot on pre-order. I've had for a while now.
16kid.com. You'll never look back.
Yeah. I have to change it up.
Nathan says, I want that Doom, but I don't think it would go for. Yeah, I'm telling you, whoever gets this, insane. It looks heavy as hell, though. I can tell you that. And I think
let's hope it's quality.
Yeah, no, I think. Well, I don't think it's quality. I think it just looks heavy. I think it's just it just looks heavy. But to charge for that price, man, it better have something to it because $400-something. I'm
just saying for that $450, y'all can go on like all these groups right now, pick up some cheap Star Wars figures.
Absolutely.
Even the BOGO that Sideshow's got going on.
Yeah.
You can pick up quite a bit for that.
Yeah, no, this is definitely this is going to sit. I don't think this is going to be something that people are going to be going crazy over at all.
I think you could commission a chair for a custom chair for cheaper than
yeah,
that.
Exactly. Like this one. This one I got for and I can guarantee you is way better than that. It's a beautiful 1/6 folding chair. Amazing.
Look at that.
You know how amazing Deadpool is going to be on this?
Beautiful.
I can see him like in a WWE.
With the bullets raining down on him like Flashdance.
Oh man.
$25 chair.
Yeah, not even. So Sinister says, Throne looks amazing. They must be smoking. Exactly. It's true. They're insane. Like, what are they thinking? And this is what I've said before too. These third-party companies are just throwing like prices at people, hoping that they're just gonna, get hooked on these things. And it is what it is. I think it's more about money grabs at this point than anything else. I don't think they even care. They're just, here you go. Here's what it is. If you buy it, fine. If you don't, you don't. Is that actually bronze? Better be for. Oh my!
It's
goodness.
copper, so you can eventually just sell it off.
You can melt it. You can melt it down.
Yeah.
I'm getting the Doctor Doom. No interest in throwing at that price. Yeah, that's exactly. If it was $149, absolutely. Oh yeah, Hato to do. Oh, of course, Hato. And what was that other figure? Oh, that the new villain for the Ant-Man movie.
Oh yeah. Is it Krang? Kane?
Oh yeah,
Krang?
Kang the Conqueror. That costume that he's got on, Hot Toys is gonna kill that figure. That figure is gonna look incredible. Just wait.
Think we'll get another Wasp?
Probably.
We'll probably get another Wasp. We'll
Yeah.
get the other one. We'll get the daughter.
The daughter.
They already have everything needed to make it.
What's her name? Firefly or something? What was the other figure? Another popular figure that was we talked about all these. I think it was this one. This one. This a 1/6?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the 1/6. So I've never watched the show. I know nothing about the show.
You need to.
Yeah, I know. You guys tell me all the time. I don't own any. This is at least I think like the fifth figure of this guy that I've seen around since the show came out. What do you guys think of this? I don't even know who this company is. It's 11 with KS. I don't know who that is. I know 11 makes really good heads, but
picture looks good. But I mean, I'm just saying, So Toys crushed it on theirs.
This looks more like cartoony.
There.
See, I don't know about this.
Looks like extra animated.
It does. It looks very cartoony.
If y'all want this, So Toys, man, there's that was a standout piece they did.
So I'm sorry, who's the company making this?
11. It's a collab with 11 and KS.
Okay. Yeah, 11 usually does really good work. So.
Oh, what is this? Flour?
Do you have any sugar?
That's cocaine. That's a bag of cocaine that he puts the little tiny guy into.
You gotta watch the episode. You gotta watch the episode.
I'm gonna shut
I didn't say that.
Wait, what is it? What the hell is in here?
There's a little guy. It's like
a little guy.
Army guy.
Michael's right. That's cocaine.
That's totally cocaine.
God. What the
Once
hell?
you watch the episode, you'll know. Like
Season 3, episode 1.
Compound V, right?
Yep.
It's like energy in a bottle.
See, look, it's lit up. That's cool. I like that. Wait,
Are they light up eyes or are they photosensitive, like light sensitive eyes?
Well, it says eyes come with UV light effects. So
all right, so they're not light up from the
back.
back.
That right. Little bottle is like a mega test trend compound.
Super soldier serum type thing.
Adrenaline.
It's horse test. I got it.
Yeah.
Like in the Batman.
Oh man. Look at the Batman. Look at the Batman, he said. No, I don't know. There's nothing.
It's a fun looking figure if you like the show or whatnot, but
yeah, I guess. But again,
that's pretty much it.
There've been so many. I've seen so many of these that I don't even know like what's good, what's bad. Like, I feel like they all look similar, like very similar, and I get it.
One, I agree with Austin. This one doesn't, just from memory, this one doesn't look up to par with the other ones I've seen.
We have So Toys one in hand. Hundreds of collectors have it in hand. Those pictures are everywhere. It's extremely good for what it is. I don't know. I wouldn't risk my money on this one.
See, I don't know anything about that.
It comes with a cattle prod too.
Do you guys get any of these? Like, I don't even know what this is, but this looks pretty
Chainsaw
cool.
Man from the anime.
I've been seeing this everywhere now, though. Is that that's on Netflix right now, right?
It's been pretty popular lately.
What the hell?
Is it Prime 1? There's a huge statue of this that was released too. I just don't know anything about it.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, they're good brain. See, like Virtual Toys is pretty decent too. They're a good company. They make pieces here and there that aren't horrible. They made one of the guys from Doom years ago. Not The Rock, but the other guy. I forget his name. I own that figure from them, and I've owned a few pieces from Virtual Toys. They're not bad, but this looks pretty and definitely interesting.
I mean, it's different. That's what people have been wanting. This is for sure different. It's a standout.
Yeah, look at that head.
Looks like a bird with chainsaw
nice
beak.
Yeah.
Look at that. It looks like a venomized chainsaw.
Yeah.
That's crazy. See, like I would never get this. I don't know. It's got to look cool.
Now that's saying something.
It comes a little chainsaw leg humper and everything.
Leg humper. No, it looks cool. It definitely looks cool, but would I ever get this? Probably not. Like, no way.
Okay, so let's ask something then. What if you came across a good deal, right? How good of a deal would it have to be? Would you pick this up for $100?
No.
Just
thing. Like I've watched the anime, but I can't buy the figure.
I've never seen it. I don't know anything about this.
It's not the money. It's not about the money.
It takes up space in my collection. I couldn't have it.
It's not something that it's even that like it's a cool concept like to have something like this, and you're saying it's from an anime, like I didn't even know that. But it's like to buy, even if it's $70 to buy this for for what? You know what I mean? Like
to take up space.
I wouldn't want this in 1/6, but I would want this in 1/12, and they are making a 1/12 scale figure of this.
I feel like if a person does like action photography with toys, this could be a pretty neat thing.
That's when that's when it's cool. Like when you start making like little scenes with them and stuff, like that'd be cool. Like get a Mortal Kombat figure and do like a fatality look, like that stuff would be cool. But like to we get this for no reason, like I wouldn't. Even if it was $50, I wouldn't buy this.
Right. I'm with you. Just because again, I mean, if somebody was giving it to me, I'd be like, no, I'm good because A, I know nothing about it, and B, it would just take up space in my collection. So there's no point for me personally to get it.
He said, "Nah, I'm good." So I remember when I don't know if you guys know these figures, Gangster Kingdom. So I remember when these figures came out, and I was gonna get into them. I remember the very first ones were actual characters of I don't remember what it was exactly, but they were boxy faces and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, they look really cool. I was like, let me get one. And I'm so glad I didn't. I never got a single one because I would have had them all by now. And they've made like 50 of these.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, man, I am so glad. When people tell you things happen for a reason, things happen for a reason. Because Damn Toys is really, really good company. So it wasn't about quality or anything like that. I was just like, oh, should I get it? I was like, I don't know. And then it was one that I really, really wanted. And I was like, forget it. And then another one came out that I really wanted. I was like, I don't have the other one. And I wasn't going to go backwards. But again, I'm so glad because they've come out with tons of these by now. And there's some
what is this exactly?
Looks like Jason Momoa.
It's Jason Momoa, totally.
But I don't know, and that's the thing. They have the likenesses to actors, but they're from I don't know what. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're video games. I don't know if they're movie. I don't know.
So this is another one. If it was like 1/12, I could see people buying it literally just for photography.
See, like the bodies, this is like, you see how they're boxy? Like this is their thing for this line, this Gangster Kingdom, and comes with a lot of stuff as you can see, and they all do. They all come with a ton of accessories, but it's like, and look, I would get this. Look, another look.
The soft goods looks better than the figure itself.
See, like this looks awesome. Like it's Jason Momoa. Like it looks, but it's like, man, I'm so glad I didn't. Look at that. Really, really cool. Look at that.
Yeah, I think Damn Toys has ran the gauntlet of like all the main action hero, actors in this form.
Yeah, they've done right, and I think that's what it was. It's just a bunch of actors, but in this shape. Look at that.
Look at that.
It looks cool. It looks really, really cool, but it's just, man, I'm so glad I didn't get into that. I'm so glad.
What if you could shave down the horns and paint it black and do like a black skull? Oh, I guess there's a lot more. I didn't notice the facial hair and whatnot.
A Hellboy or a Red Skull?
Red Skull, Black Skull from Batman. Is it Black Skull, the villain?
Black Mask.
Black Mask.
Black Mask.
Look at that. Yeah, that's cool. That looks like a devil. Like a yeah, look at this hyena. Forget a dog, you get a hyena. Crazy, right? See, like they're cool. They're very cool. Don't have a problem with these figures at all, but it's just they've made so many, and I would have wanted to complete all of them, and I would have wanted to have all of them, and I would have regretted it.
So, Fabs, I take it, and I know this by now. So, what about the others in the chat? Are you guys completionists with certain lines or characters or films? Once you have one, you have to pair it with something else. Do you have to complete a line?
Black Phone. Who's Black Phone? Anybody know Black Phone?
The horror movie.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's why I don't know. Sorry. Sorry.
I know for me, I'm definitely not a completionist, but it was interesting that you said pair it. I mean, it is, if I'm getting something from a line, if it's not just like a one-off, I for sure would like to at least have something else to, like you said, pair it with. But like, I'm thinking of like going after the Mandalorian line, but I don't feel I'm going to be a completionist. Like, because again, we come full circle and talking about like collect what you love. Don't get something that you just like. So for me in particular, it's going to be non-completionist, but at the same time, I don't want just a Mandalorian figure. I want to have, Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka with them, but I don't need all the stormtroopers and all the stuff like that. Same thing with Marvel. I'll get the Avengers that I really like, but I don't have Doctor Strange. I don't have like a War Machine anymore. There's a couple other ones that I just don't have. So will I get them in the future? Maybe, but it's not something like I look at it and be like, oh my gosh, I need to complete this line.
Sinister says Hot Toys makes that impossible to complete lines. Yep.
That's true.
Very true.
Especially if you're collecting Star Wars.
Singles runs, some completion, but not many make the entire. Yep, it's true. Very true. Blackfoot is a movie with Ethan Hawke. I got to look into that. What is it? A horror movie?
I've heard of that, but
yeah, it's like a horror suspense. It's pretty good.
Oh, that's that new one. It's newer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Example A New Hope is waiting on 6 years. Yep, it's true.
I finally broke down. I got my Sideshow C-3PO, so now they'll make one.
Look at you. Now they'll make one. They were waiting for you to buy it.
Yep.
All right, so Austin, let us know what's going on with the drama with this guy. So this guy's finally out shipping, and tell him what's going on because I don't really know much about it.
Yeah, so released his statement essentially to warn us collectors who actually pre-ordered this that two things. One, when we get the figure, the cape isn't going to be attached to the body, which I'm fine with. They give an instruction video of how to attach it. It's pretty easy. And then the second fold to this is, since the suit is white and the cape is red, the fabric on the cape will bleed into the suit after a period of time. So they essentially told people like, hey, when you get this, you should boil the cape in like hot water. I think that's what it was to
get the excess like coloring out, probably.
Yeah, pretty much, because they said if you don't, that red's going to bleed into the suit. So they released it, and I saw like a 50-50 split with the comments saying, well, this is awful. I shouldn't have to take these additional steps for a figure. And then, some of the other comments were like, well, good on you guys for getting ahead of this before we get it in hand instead of just staying silent, even though you know about the issue. and just waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, so I knew nothing. I know it was released, and I saw something. I saw a video of somebody. I think it comes with the clothes off. I think you got to put the clothes on the figure, but I didn't know. I didn't because I didn't get it anyway, so I didn't really look into it. So I was wondering what the issue was.
I bought it, and I don't know. I'm not really upset, honestly, right now. I guess until I go through the process of.
You gonna boil it?
I guess I have to, right?
You got to cook your figures, imagine.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure once I'm doing it, I'm like, dude, this fucking sucks. Why do I have to do this? Right now, I'm just pretty nonchalant about it. I'm happy for the statement because they could have just kept
at least they gave you At least they gave you the heads up. But I'm going to tell you this: they gave you the heads up because they knew it was going to happen, and instead of not saying anything and having all these pieces be all red, and then you guys complaining to whoever you bought it from for replacements, it would have been cheap. It's cheaper to give you a heads up ahead of time than to have to replace all those costumes.
Yeah.
Minister says the Metacom C3PO is the best unless you go with the. Yeah, that's the one I have. That's the only one I have, and it's perfectly fine. I have no complaints about it whatsoever.
Which one, the Metacom?
People post their photos of a pink cape on their.
Yeah, exactly.
On their guy.
Exactly. I think that's what they're trying to avoid. Because, for example, go ahead.
So I'm curious, and this is me just spitballing because I just thought about this since you mentioned the pink cape. I wonder if you can just kind of saran wrap the back of it to prevent the bleeding. Do you think that would work, or?
And if you cover it with anything, it's obviously not going to touch, so therefore it's not going to rub off. You can figure out, whatever way to avoid that if you don't want to boil the cape.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's why they give you the heads up to avoid having to replace all these suits because they're going to have to. I bought the Kingpin from So Toys. I bought it from Giant Toy because I only get because Kit doesn't carry So Toys, so I bought that from them, and he came with obviously the whole suit is white, everything's white. His shoes are white, the pants are white, the jacket's white, the vest is white, the shirt is white. It came with black scuffing on it. I don't know where the scuffing came from. I think it was from the box, from the inside of the box. I don't know what happened. So they're sending me a replacement for the shoes and a replacement for the pants. So can you imagine all these people trying to ask for replacements for new suits? Forget it. They'll go broke.
I'll say, I'm sure they don't want those retailers complaining to them.
Correct.
Either
about that, right? No, because that's what's going to happen. If I buy something from you, I'm going to complain to you, not the manufacturer, because I don't deal with them. So
exactly.
So that's the thing. So that's what they're trying to avoid, which is very smart because they're not gonna lose out all that money. That's what they're giving you the heads up. And I think that even if you don't pay attention and let's say you didn't get the memo on this, and you get a pink, yours ends up rubbing off. I think they're going to be able to get away with not giving you a replacement because they gave you a heads up ahead of time. So it's a good thing that they did that. Yeah, the Graham, the Tamashii Nations is that diecast one, I think.
Right, and it's going for like I think $800 on the secondhand market.
I never heard of that. I never heard of that until recently. But I have the Metacom. It's super super cheap quality, like trash, but like aesthetically and looks wise, it's amazing. It's not peeling, it's not chipping. It looks perfectly fine, and it was like $100, back then, if that much. So, I haven't gotten anything. Even the R2 is a Sideshow one. I never got a Hot Toys from any movie. I don't know.
Yeah, I have the Sideshow C3PO and the R2, and they're both pretty good stand-ins.
Yeah, I don't have.
You're not doing a whole lot with them, so I mean,
I
don't think you need.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need a Hot Toys, R2 anyway. So I never bought a single one of them. But obviously, the next one, whatever comes out, I'm definitely buying it just to have a Hot Toys one. But I don't have.
Now, are you going to get the prequel C3PO, or are you going to hold out for?
Oh no, I'm getting that one. I already pre-ordered everything from episode 2, literally, like all of them. Dilo Ramirez, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. He's gonna go blank in 2 seconds. Let's see. I was in the neighborhood. Thanks, Spider-Man. Let's see. The Metacom is a bit shorter. Yeah, it is. It is a little bit shorter. But it does the job. You know, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm plenty happy with my Satchel. Yeah, they're good. I know that the R2 is definitely good.
The only problem I have with the R2 is that the all the doors and the flaps, they open really easily because it's just so loose. But again, I'm not doing anything with it. It just sits there, so
they're not
fine.
dynamic characters.
Right. No, and it's true about the doors. They I have the black one. I forget the name. It's the R2. I think so. Yes. And
I have that one.
All the doors on lost the glue, and they're all falling apart. I'm like, what the hell? I don't even touch this thing.
And the nice thing too is you get so many. Not that I ever take them out of the box, but you get so many accessories with that R2 figure as well from Sideshow.
The Hot Toys one comes with a million things, and I was like, who's gonna really display?
Everything's sticking out, and
it's like which it's cool, but I don't display mine with anything anyway, so it is what it is. D'Lo, thank you for stopping by, my friend. I know you're busy working, trying to be rich, but
trying to be like Fabs.
I'll see you on Tuesday.
It's a lot to live up to.
Yeah, he's got it. He had to get a second job to hang out with me. Oh man, I'm pretty happy. Yeah, we got that. Good night, fellas. Make sure. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for stopping by.
Have a good one.
Good night, brother. Let's see. All right, so that was the news on that, and then what was the other item that we needed to speak on? There was the Social Toys Logan, this thing right here. So did anybody pre-order this? It's already up. It's been up for a few days. I think about 3-4 days now. I don't know if you guys noticed they're giving us, because Social Toys usually has been giving us 2 head sculpts for every figure. And I thought they were going to give us an angry head sculpt for this one, which would have been amazing. But they didn't. Instead, we're getting a jacket for it, a second jacket, which is right here, this one. What do you guys think of that? Do you guys miss the angry head sculpt? Do you guys think you're going to, you would have used it, or does the figure need it? What do you guys think?
I'm happy with this. I think this sculpt is spot on for what I would want it to be. If they gave me another head sculpt, honestly, it would just be in the box anyway. So I'm kind of happy to have two separate coats to kind of choose from. Granted, one of them is going to end up in the box anyway, just like the additional head sculpt would. But the sculpt they're giving us, I'm completely happy with. And yeah, 1/6 touched on it too. They made that announcement that it's coming in with an additional accessory, the Baby Hulk, which they haven't gave a promo of what it's actually going to be like, what the Baby Hulk is. Is it going to be cradled in a bag? Is it going to be one where he has to hold it? They haven't explained that yet, but.
So you're saying you wouldn't miss an angry head sculpt on this thing?
Okay, granted, if I knew that the second head sculpt would be like a good angry head sculpt and not like the second head sculpt for Rogue, yeah, I would like the angry one. But I'm completely content with this.
What about the horse? What if they make a horse? Would you get it?
Oh, man, you know what?
Look at that.
It depends on the price, for sure. But the horse looks so good in these pictures.
Yeah,
it just completes that Western old man look that they're going with.
Yeah, and the good thing is that it would fit on a detail, so it would be really, really nice together next to each other. What about you guys, Graham, Michael?
Go ahead, Michael.
I'm not planning on getting this figure. I got my Wolverine representation on my shelf already.
Which one?
I got the Steel Wolf figure.
Steel Wolf. Oh, the third party. Was that a kit bash?
Yeah, the third party one. We came with the 2 outfits, the suit, and then I got a second body, and I put the bloody clothes on.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
2 of that one on my shelf.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That came with that heavy body, right?
Yeah. The World Box body or whatever it is.
Yes. Yep.
I used to have the 11 Logan for my representation, but then I wound up selling it. And that was a pretty good figure. This one looks really good too. Now, this might be a stupid question. Is this likeness based off of Hugh Jackman?
Not at all.
Because I kind of see it like a little bit still. Like,
No, not at all. Because where would he be wearing this?
no, I'm just saying the portrait itself. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if they would have gotten this from a movie that he played in or something, then I get it. But this is
right. So I didn't know if they were basing it off because I kind of can like see it if I look hard enough.
Yeah, like
so,
right here you see a little bit. Yeah.
So
but
it
no,
looks
I don't think so.
it looks really good, I guess is what I'm getting at. But it's an interesting figure. It's a different look if you're a Logan fan. Like you guys said, you get that Western look. I don't know about you guys too, but anytime we get something Western, it kind of tickles my fancy a little bit too because it's something different and something that we're not used to getting. So it's definitely interesting. Definitely something I might keep an eye on.
Yeah,
It does have a little bit of that Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right
look
there
in the face.
especially. I was like, so are they basing this off of? Because it looks good.
The cool thing is, like with this, are we gonna get like an old man Hawkeye? You know,
See, don't tease me. Like, that's my problem right now. Do I get this thinking they're going to give us an old man Hawkeye?
now the great thing about this one, unlike the Rogue or Invincible, they didn't say this one was limited. So I'm assuming this can be one of those things you'll be able to pick up in a few months.
Well, not necessarily. Just because they're not limited doesn't mean they still made a ton. You know what I mean? Or at least.
Yeah, but I mean, look how popular that Gambit was, and you can still pick that guy up for retail right now.
This is now a slippery slope.
But remember, they made a second run on it though. That's why.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
okay,
supposed to
yeah,
be 300, and then they made him again.
yeah. Ignore me. I forgot about that, Fabs.
Yeah. So
See,
that's
this is bad. They're gonna, if they do this now that you just said they're gonna do an old man Hawkeye. Well, after old man Hawkeye, that means somebody's got to give me the spider car.
It's funny.
I'm just saying, I got to have it to go with both of them.
Oh my God. Yeah. No. This is.
I'll tell you this: they take suggestions on their Facebook page. So
Imagine. Yeah, no, I think the horse. What's his name? Eric saying we need that horse. Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, you could get a third party horse anywhere and on eBay. I would assume, but to have them both, you need that horse. To have that look, you need that horse.
it's that additional pairing that'll just make the piece pop so much more.
Yeah, it'll look like it belongs together. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And which is why I wasn't gonna. And I said this earlier. I wasn't gonna order this. I was like, oh, where's this from? I mean, it looks amazing, but I'm like, where's it gonna go? I can't have it on the shelf with Rogue and Gambit because it just doesn't look like it belongs there. So where else am I gonna put this? But I was like, you know what? This is probably gonna be one of those pieces that you're like, oh man, I wish I had it. So that's why I was like, you know what? Let me just order it, and it's gonna look amazing.
If they make that horse, people are going to buy the horse, even if they don't have Old Man Logan, because there's been plenty of figures lately that have come out that would fit that horse.
Yep.
Right, exactly. Yep. Rick here says Old Man Logan looks good. Yeah, he looks great. He looks really, really good.
The other neat thing too is when are they going to announce the other ones? This one came, was it 2 weeks after the Rogue, the Spider-Man?
Was it 2 weeks? That long?
It's just a week or two.
It was definitely it was about a week. I don't think 2 weeks. Yeah, it was definitely about a week. So it looks like they're coming out. They're announcing them pretty quickly, which is awesome. Which jacket do you guys like better? This one or this one?
I think the first one.
I kind of lean towards the first.
Yeah, I think the first one's longer too.
I like the
Like a
long
duster.
coat better.
Yeah.
Is it wired, you think, to have like a flowing effect?
I don't think so. They would have definitely shown you that to sell it. See, this one, I like this jacket too. I actually used to own a jacket like this from Old Navy, but this I like this one better. This is more of a cowboy look than this one.
I feel like the first one goes with the hat really well too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that original look. It makes you kind of like want to buy two of them just to be able to display them differently. But I'm not gonna.
And I'm sure somebody's going to use the whichever coat. They're going to add that to somebody else. Hell, you can
Right.
you can use that spare coat on a Deadpool. You know, it's going to fit. Or you can kit bash something else.
You could use that bonus code on a Bane figure. See, that looks nice. Really, really nice. Anybody in the chat excited for this? For this beautiful piece? Let me see. I gotta find. What's the other thing I gotta look for? Anybody order multiples of the Social Toys announcements? Anybody in the chat or any of you guys?
I just pre-ordered one of each so far.
Yeah, so did I. I usually would have gotten 2 of just for the head skulls, but the Spider-Man didn't come with 2. So
I'm so excited for that Spider-Man. That's an example of not knowing who this particular variant is, but I'm sold on Spider-Man, and it just looks awesome. It just looks so cool. Spider-Man with that red trench coat. I'm in.
KJ Smith.
figure is that?
If I remember the short code in modern time. Oh, okay, so that makes sense. Yeah, because it looks more, it looks like a more modern jacket than the long one. Sinister. I'm waiting for a line of color. Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, they're getting into it.
If we get lucky, we're gonna get more.
Yeah, they already did Gambit. They're doing Rogue. They're probably going to get they're going to do more if it does well. So,
do you guys have you guys or the chat? Are there 2 must-haves that you want? If they're only doing 2 more X-Men, who's it going to be?
Well, Wolverine is a must. The yellow outfit Wolverine with the mask, and I love Cyclops. I think Cyclops is a what's the word? Such a main character, such an iconic, such an iconic character for the X-Men that I think X-Men and Cyclops would be mine if I needed to get those 2. Thanks, because I'm like, this will take 2 years.
I want mine a new Magneto.
Magneto, that's my number 1. I agree with you on that one.
Because I'm not paying $700 for a sideshow right now.
That's how much you're going for?
Something ridiculous like that, yeah.
It's like that 300 to 400 range.
I would have never bought that. I didn't buy those because I'm like, absolutely not.
Well, you should have, so you could have sold it to me, man.
For
I want Magneto and Xavier. Those are the 2 that I absolutely want.
See, it's Cyclops and Jean Grey, absolutely. Bishop's a good one.
It looks cool.
The Beast, these villains. Yeah. It seems that way. Yeah, well, I'm trying to find, I don't know, maybe somebody in the chat if you know. So apparently they announced or they teased these Prime 1 1989 Michael Keaton, Bruce Wayne, and a 1989 Batman statues. I don't know where they are. I can't find them on the Prime 1 Studio Facebook page. I can't find them on Google. I can't find them on Instagram. I have no idea where they were. I did see a picture of them, and I just don't remember where. I don't know if it was in a group or something. But if anybody knows where I could get these pictures, just to load them up real quick. Mystique is a good one. Emma Frost, but she's got 2 looks. So would it be like the diamond look or the all white, outfit? Man, if somebody could tell me real quick. If not, then I'll forget about it. What was the other? There was something else that I wanted to talk about besides that statue. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Oh, never mind. That's not it.
I sent you a message.
Where?
Facebook.
Oh, good. Let me see.
One
Yes.
six Junkie Sense on YouTube as well.
This is the. Oh yeah, no, but I don't want to load up a YouTube picture, a YouTube video. No, I got it. Thank you, Michael. Let me put this up. Bow. So this is so far the only one.
No, there was one more where they showed the Bruce Wayne one as
Right,
well.
that's what I saw that because I saw them both side by side.
But damn, this looks good.
This is incredible. Whoops.
What was that?
Hey, will you go back to that picture?
What picture? I don't even know what that was. Oh, I know what it was.
Yeah, your chat.
It was a screenshot. Yeah, it was a screenshot of a chat. But this thing is beautiful. Look at that thing. Again, it's a
If
statue.
only.
It's a statue. I would never get into anything like that. But
Never say never, Fabs.
no, never, ever. Okay, I am not getting into statues. It's not appealing. They're cool. They're great. They're awesome. They're expensive. Especially Prime One. I think if I were to ever start collecting statues, Prime One has been the only company that has always caught my attention with the likeness and the way they look, and those bases are incredible, all of them. But I'm telling you right now, I will, and remember this, somebody clip this. I will never get into statues ever. And if somebody gives it to me for free, I will sell it.
Send it to me. Send it to me.
I sent you another message, Fabs.
Because it doesn't appeal to me. You know what I mean? And it's funny because over the years I've heard, well, you don't pose your figures anyway, which is why you would, one of the reasons why you would collect the 1/6 scale. And I like, just very plain, basic, museum pose, just very, very boring. But that's what I like. For a statue, what's that? For a statue,
quarter scale T800.
there's nothing you could do. Oh, that's cool. See, there's nothing you could do. What brand is that? Is that Prime One?
Oh no, this is Sideshow.
Oh, okay. No, that looks good though. Can you remove anything or like the weapons or anything? No, right?
No.
Oh, okay. It looks like you could. That's why I'm asking. See, so like they're cool. Like I'm not saying they're not, but it's like
space though, man.
There's nothing interesting. There's nothing appealing to me about them. Again, very cool. The fact that you're just gonna have a piece just standing there, even though that's what I do with my figures, I don't. It's not. There's nothing. I don't know. It doesn't.
Yeah, and the boxes they eat up. If you have 10 of these, so I have 10 of these quarter scale statues, and people. I mean, you all know how much like boxes eat up space. Y'all, these boxes are massive because not only does it have to fit the character itself, but it also comes with an equal amount of styrofoam over it.
So this is what I saw right here. This is it.
I think the reason why these statues appeal to me more, and I'm kind of in the same boat with you. I'm not going to get into it, but I would love to. It's just space and funds. But the reason why they might appeal to me more is because the bigger you get, the more detail you get, and the more realistic it gets. And that's what got me into Hot Toys. So that's the impressive part for me.
I mean, you nailed it on the detail and lightness, but it's also like the presence of the figure, right? It's
like even the Prime One, Justice League Batman is insane.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Graham.
Well, I was just going to say the Prime One, the Justice League Batman is insane. If I could get one statue, that was always the one I would get. But what they really do, which Hot Toys has started doing, and they need to continue to go down that road, is all of their bases are really like diorama bases. They're incorporated into the scene. So I think that just kind of adds to the statues as well. But they've come a long way too with swap outs and different head sculpts and stuff too, where you can at least do some things. But man, it's for the rich, man. Can't get into it.
That's the size difference.
So here's your regular Hot Toys box right here, right?
Michael, yes.
And this is the Flash New 52. I think it's 1/4 scale statue.
Yes.
Like
That's what I meant by the
Issues getting this
boxes.
in my little car when I had a little car when I was like driving that around. I couldn't fit this in my car. I almost had to like call a buddy and come and pick me up. I got a statue I got to get home, and I don't know how to do it.
I don't know.
It's big.
That's
shipping
insane.
that. I can't remember the Batman one that just came out. With the Bat computer, I can't remember which one it was. It's like a third scale or 1/2 scale. Thing comes in 2 boxes. Shipping on it, I heard, was right around $300 from Sideshow. There wasn't a discount on it, so
that's crazy.
I've had to store my box because I can't. It's one of 1,000 May. I got number 24. I can't do anything with the box other than store it, and it eats up like.
That's the sad part. Empty
eats up a
boxes
huge
taking up
chunk of
all the
change,
storage.
like, this is nothing to store. Like, I can store this all day. I can destroy this and not cry if I had to destroy this box. Like, whatever, no big deal, right? It's just an art box. But in order to transport my Prime 1 statue that comes in like, I don't even know, like 12 pieces maybe, not including. It's ridiculous. Like, I have to keep the box around, otherwise I'm hosed. I'll never be able to transport that thing.
Well, also, you kind of nailed it right there. I mean, if we get rid of the boxes for our Hot Toys or any 6-scale figure, honestly, you can put it in any other box extremely easily if you want to resell it. Now, the thing is with these statues, you essentially have to keep the boxes and the styrofoam. Because you try and box it up with the statue itself, it's going to break, honestly. If you try and do it outside of the boxes it came with, in the styrofoam it came with, it's not going to happen.
I thought I was going to move last summer. Not this summer, but the summer before. So I was like boxing up all my stuff, and then I decided not to move because I had an issue finding a better place. Anyway, man, I was trying to box this thing up. I'm like, I need help reboxing this because like the statue and the styrofoam insert is like just so cumbersome. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
You guys,
but they package the thing with like super care. Like the whole thing comes wrapped in like this like super like non-abrasive cloth or something or whatever. Just wraps the whole statue together. I'm like, oh man, I've never seen anything boxed like this. So I mean, awesome. I get the statue collector craze. I only have one Prime 1. I won't buy another because of real estate. So
my comment about these Batman statues, I feel like you have to have both.
Oh yes, you do have to have both.
They pair perfectly together.
Yeah, the Justice Buster one that they came out with, and they came out with a separate Batman statue. I was like, I just want the separate Batman statue.
Yeah.
What about these? Are you guys interested in any of these? Because these look.
Hell yeah.
Interested, for sure. Interested. Right?
Is it a possibility?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Am I gonna buy either one of those? Oh no.
Right. So do they come together? Do you buy them separately? Like, how does this work?
I don't think we know yet. Do we?
One of two things. You can buy the bundle together,
right?
Or you can buy Bruce Wayne, or you can buy Batman.
Yeah, like Sideshow has that right now with like Apollo from like the Rocky movies. It can come paired or separate.
Oh, okay. No, because sometimes what they do is like, we've seen that you could only get the one piece if you get the deluxe, or else you could only get one. So that's why I'm asking, because I don't know how they do with these.
That might happen with this. You might only be able to get Bruce Wayne if you buy a Batman, but you could probably buy that Batman separate with them.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. But no, they look. And when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, this looks. I thought it was a 1/6 scale figure at first. I was like, this is crazy. But like I said, there's nothing appealing to me about this at all. Like, it's, again, they're great. They look really nice. But in my opinion, I think 1/6 scale will always be king. I think not only is it, and we complain and talk about, prices going up and going up, but it'll always be more affordable than this for anybody.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just in general. So I think that's why the popularity of 1/6 will always be there. It's easier for somebody to buy a 1/6 scale figure over, a statue any day. It doesn't matter what brand, what size. Statues are always more costly just in general.
Also,
So
the displaying portion of it too, right? You buy any 6-scale figure, right? You can put it on a floating shelf. That's fine. You can put it anywhere, and that's fine. Now, with some of these statues, I mean, those are 3rd scale. Like my Headless Horseman 1/4 scale statue, with the way the base is and how heavy this thing is, it's 15 pounds.
You're not putting that in a detolf.
You can't put that on a floating shelf. You can't put that on these cheaply made
cabinets.
Billy bookshelves.
Yeah, you can't go to Walmart and just pick up like a really cheap $20 one.
You pretty much got to get the heavy duty racks, or you
Yeah,
gotta
I
get
mean,
the module cases.
luckily it fits my best though. But like the display portion of it with these statues, you have to be more care and focus has to go in the display versus what we can do with the 6-scale figure.
Well, and like Fabs, I know you have a lot of figures and you like a lot of different characters, but like with statues, it's almost like you're going for less is more type of thing. Like you can only have potentially 10 statues unless you're, obviously somebody really special. But so like if you're really into like all the Star Wars characters, then maybe statues aren't for you. Like for me, I'm in love with statues, but I know I can't get them, so it's just like a pipe dream. So I don't really even worry about it. But every once in a while, I start scouring eBay, and I'm just like, oh, well, what if I got that Queen Studio, 1/3 scale Joker or something like that. But I just know it'll open the floodgates for more and more. So it's probably not a good idea.
Okay. That's another point that Austin brought up was, the amount of space that it takes, where you're going to put these things. So it's not only about money, but also, room to have these things. Does everybody have the room, the space to put these things in? So it's not even convenient. So it's not only not convenient money wise, but it's not convenient space wise. So again, they're very cool. I think I've never seen anybody, go from one to the other. It's either you already, started buying them and, one here and there, obviously, because of the space, or you just don't buy them at all. I think that to go from, let me just focus on, I'm going to stop doing 6-scale and then let me focus on stuff. I think that's unrealistic. I think it's not common. Has it happened? Absolutely. But I don't think it's something that is gonna like start happening all of a sudden. And again, it's just not something that's smart to do, in my opinion.
Little tip for some of the people in the chat. Just like we touched on earlier, when Michael was showing off how big the shipper for it is and whatnot, when people get rid of those, it is near impossible to sell it via eBay or to ship it. So if you want a statue and you live in a big area, like let's say Dallas or whatnot, you can get pretty lucky on Facebook Marketplace and find some. I mean, that's how I've gotten some of mine. You can buy them really cheap secondhand if you find a local person who doesn't have the means to actually ship it effectively. You can buy it, and you can buy it for really cheap, just because the audience for them to sell is so limited to the area that they're in. You can pick it up for a really good price. At least that's been my experience.
But that's also now point number 3. So from what I understand, the resale value of these things, because they're also very limited. It goes up. It goes up, a lot. So you may be getting into it thinking, all right, well, you know what? It's going to go up in price regardless, which they do. But like you mentioned, the shipping now, how are you getting rid of this thing? How are you going to make sure that this thing ships without breaking? And if it breaks, then what?
It's hard to get out from under them sometimes.
Right. So,
if you need to.
That's why I said, again, in my opinion, I don't think it's smart. But again, people do it all the time. It's happening right now. It's been happening for years, but is a way, way higher risk than 1/6 scale, which is, again, why I think, again, in my opinion, 1/6 scale will always be king. Just all around in the game. I'm not saying that statues don't always improve, because everything improves just over time, but the amount of I think product that we get overall with 1/6, I think will always, overtake the statue game, not only in popularity, but in just the types of things that we get. Statues are, very limited to certain things, I believe. I don't know.
So yeah, I have two things. I mean, you nailed it on that. So like, I think a big reason why people go towards like Funkos, right? Is just it has such a massive variety of characters and niche characters you can choose from. Statues are absolutely not like that, right? So, but then, the other thing is, I think I talked with you, Fabs. I received a quarter scale statue, I think it was about a month ago. It was a stormtrooper, and it came in broken. Came in broken a couple pieces because the person tried shipping it without the original shipping container and the styrofoam. So they tried trying to do it themselves, and it came destroyed. Yeah, it was not great. So, granted, they didn't want to pay for a refund or anything else, but luckily, eBay kind of had me covered. It really cruddy on the seller. Granted, they didn't put me in a good situation as the buyer.
Right.
But cruddy thing is, they were out the money that they shipped it to me, and now they have a broken statue. So.
That's a problem. And again, like you said, sucks for the seller too, because think about it. Now you're stuck with a broken piece that you can't sell unless you let somebody know, it's broken. Is it fixable? They may lie about it being fixable, but now you're losing a lot of money on that. And not only that, but now you're risking having to reship it again and breaking even more, So it's nothing but a nightmare. Again, in my opinion, I don't think it's smart, but it's your money. Do whatever you want with it. But again, 1/6 scale will always be king, in my opinion, just all the way around when it comes to, again, money, storage, resale. Now we're in a market where everything is at a loss, and it's super. It's definitely a buyer's market at this point, but it's still easier to make some money on a figure than it is to try to make some money on a statue. And last but not least, my favorite segment of the night, bow. So Graham is lost. I see him already. Unbelievable. Always unprepared. I'm always so prepared on his show. He comes on my show. Unbelievable. Never respects me. So
respect.
Let's go with Austin first.
All right.
Let's see what he brought for tonight. Oh, look at that guy!
Green Hulk.
Yeah, I saw. So, tell us what happened with this, because I saw you post a little story on this.
Yeah. So I kind of told myself I didn't want to go down like the Marvel rabbit hole, and I saw some comments and some people like, "This is a knockoff, 6 scale knockoff, fully posable. You can move him around." Granted, he's a bit limited, but he's a big piece, and the Hulk's not going to be in any kind of dynamic pose anyway. So I got this instead of paying the hundreds of dollars that, Hot Toys 1, granted Hot Toys 1 is going to be superior quality. This was $55 after taxes and shipping. So for me, the Hulk I view it as like kind of like a stand-in filler piece anyway. He's not going to be in any of these super dynamic poses like some of these other 6 scale figures. He's just kind of going to be standing there. So this works. $55. I was pretty happy with it. I may try my hand to kind of customize it a little bit, possibly make him a bit darker. I don't know. Figure of the week, though, for me, for sure.
So now, would you ever think of getting it repainted?
Yeah, so I'm actually talking to a couple buddies right now who actually, they do that as a hustle on the side, and they're both really great at it. One of them kind of showed me a picture that he found online of like a light black wash. It looked really, really good. And the other my other buddy was telling me to do like a Red Hulk kind of thing. So
should have bought two.
I may try my hand at it, because even if the paint turns out bad and the figure is quote unquote ruined, it's $55.
Right.
This is something for me that I'd be okay with trying my hand at, and even if I fail at it, I'm not really out that much. So yeah, possibly trying to customize it and paint it myself. That could happen.
So it'll be like a lighter green, I'm assuming.
Well, I'm trying to go for a darker. If I do try it, right? My buddy showed me this like really nice picture he found online of a person like kind of blackwashing it, kind of gave it this grimier look. So I may try that first because it seems like an easier way to do it. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, no, that's a good buy. And I've seen those before. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, it's so cheap for such a big figure. But you said you got it on eBay?
Yeah, and it was $55 after the taxes and shipping.
From China?
So, yeah. And for me, like I said, the Hulk it's a filler piece. He's not going to be in these. He's kind of like these juggernauts in my background right here. They're not in these super dynamic poses. They're kind of just there.
They're just standing, taking up,
Yeah, standing, or just like this Red Hulk right here, arms up. That's about as dynamic as as they're going to get. Or with one fist, this Hulk satisfies the need for that in a shelf. So
yeah, it's true. Michael, what did you bring for us tonight? Nice Django. Why this figure? What's so good about this figure? What do you like about this figure? You're muted, I think. Yeah, you're muted.
Sorry. I've had him on my desk since I pretty much had him. I mess with him almost on the daily. I'll swap the heads out. I'll put the backpack on, put him in a flying pose, whatever. This might be my figure of the year, and that says a lot from some of the figures I've gotten this year so far. So
you don't use the head sculpt on it?
What's that?
The head sculpt, you don't put it on?
I do. I'll put it on sometimes. I have it on standby. Yep. So
you'd swap it out, but you don't ever take pictures of it? You just like to look at it, the different looks?
Yeah, just for different looks, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is like everything I wanted in a Django Fett, and I'm one of those people that enjoyed episode 2. So
yeah, it's a beautiful figure.
Yeah, I didn't hate on it when it came out. When the movie came out, I didn't hate on it when I had the sideshow figure. I liked the sideshow figure. I never had the crappy head sculpt sideshow figure. But when my ball joint on my foot broke on my original sideshow Django, I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? And then Hot Toys announced this, and I said, I'm good. I don't need to buy another sideshow. So that's it.
I have that sideshow one, and it's okay. I when I got this one, the Hot Toys one, I forgot to do a comparison. Which eventually I'm going to do, I think, but it's not terrible. The sideshow one, it's not that bad.
It's not horrible, no, but
yeah, it's nothing like the Hot Toys ones, of course, but it's not. It still holds up today.
Absolutely.
Hey, Michael. So I'm actually a fan of episode 2 as well. So I'm one of those people in the minority that I actually like the prequels more than the original.
Oh yeah.
So for me, the biggest thing about episode 2, I like the movie. It's just the dialogue. To me, that's the only thing that's kind of off in the movie for me. A lot of the dialogue.
It's the dialogue pacing.
Yeah. Some things you could tell probably read well on the script, because if you read something, it's very different than actually saying it.
Right.
To me, that's the biggest downfall of the movie. But
I feel like there was too much behind the scenes that we were missing in that movie that was going on. So
maybe we'll get a show on it. Graham.
A prequel.
What do you have for us tonight?
As long as Filoni does it, I'm good.
All right. Well, my figure is going to be John Wick from John Wick 2, just because we were talking about Keanu Reeves and Cyberpunk, so it made me want to get this figure out. So obviously this figure has been sold out for quite some time. I did paint in the beard myself just to kind of customize it, just to look a little bit more accurate.
How'd you do that?
Just acrylic paint, and then I mixed it with a little bit of water just so it wasn't quite as like thick, just to kind of water it down a little bit. But see if I can.
It does look darker. It looks so much better though.
Yeah. So
I wish
instead, because it was really faded. So this is a figure I sold previously. So then I got it back because I was definitely missing it. And yeah, I just painted the beard in again. You can do a lot with the figure. It comes with so many accessories, so many weapons. Just a great looking Keanu Reeves, John Wick figure. He comes with some coins. He comes with his case and his pistol. You just can't go wrong. So I would hope that they would give us another one here. And he just looks sleek in his black suit.
I wish you would teach me how to do stuff to my figures, but you're selfish, so you never do. Prequels more than the OT. Hold on, let's not get crazy. Nathan, don't hate me. I know the minority of but animated close. He's gonna start a fight. All right.
That's why I preface with I know I'm in the minority. I know this.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but it's like one of my least favorite Star Wars movies. And I know Austin is young when he says that he loves the prequels more than the OT.
Austin's
You're muted.
29. Just turned 29.
29.
No, I thought it was like 22.
No, I think that's like William thrown in the comments.
You were 9 when the prequels came out.
I'm saying I'm 4'11", 5'2". Yeah.
William was disturbing the peace. All right, and my figure of the night is just in celebration of what we were talking about. This is the Hot Toys.
Woof.
So I want to show you guys the likeness, see how it looks absolutely nothing like. Even the art figures, what do you call it?
Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands figure looks way better than Hot Toys. Look at this thing. You know what it looks like? It looks like the villain from Morbius. Looks more like that.
It looks like a chick.
You know what?
Like Madonna.
The
dressed as
sculpt,
Edward Scissorhands.
the sculpt may not be on par, but like the body and the Scissorhands, it all looks good outside of the sculpt.
So that's the thing. So the quality of everything else is perfect. The quality of the scissors is perfect. The outfit, I don't have a single flake on it, and I've had this for over 10 years. It's perfect. And, that's why this is why I'll never stop getting Hot Toys over anything else, just because of, how they make things. But this needs a 2.0 at this point. And I think that if they do, they could give us a, different look on it, different hair, different outfit. They could give us the pants and the shirt look as well. But this is why I wanted to show you guys this figure. Look, it's like not even.
No, I'm glad you showed that one too, because I was wondering. I had seen pictures of the original from Hot Toys, but man, you just compare this one to the ones we saw tonight, and it is night and day. But it's not fair to compare them because, like I said,
correct. No, absolutely,
it's a different generation. But man, look how good that looks.
Yeah, let me see if
it's like looking at the original Iron Man Mark 1 or Mark 2 figure from Hot Toys, and then looking at the Mark whatever 1000 they're on now.
See, look, like nowhere near close.
It looks like the woman from Corpse Bride, the mom.
The woman,
the big chin, and kind of like
even the hair. Look how crazy this hair is. It looks like Medusa.
Oh yeah.
It's like insane. It's just.
I don't mean this as disrespect for the Hot Toys one. I'm much more sold now on the art figures.
Of course, and that again, we cannot compare because it's been so many years since this has been out. So I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because I understand that it's not fair. If Hot Toys were to do this now, it would blow art figures, present toys, and everybody else out of the water. So that's why I'm not comparing. But
that's kind of like this older Sideshow T800, right? The leather on it's all good still, no rips, no tears. At the time, this was good. I know that. But that third party company that's coming out with the battle damage in the regular T800, it blows this away.
Yeah, that's the thing. And
so this came out like 15 years ago, or however long it was.
That's the thing. Years ago they were top notch when they came out. That was the best of the best at the time. But as things get better and better, they become crappy. Primo, what's up, man? What's going on? Thank you for being here. Primo double XL. Let me see who else is here. Get out of here, the prequel hate. But yeah, guys. So wait, let me get you out of here. Always taking up my screen, Austin.
Sorry, I need that limelight, man.
So, all right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being with us. We've been on for 2.5 hours now. Again, always appreciate you guys being here. We'll be back on again on Tuesday. Well, I'll be back on again on Tuesday. Hopefully, we'll see who's going to be on with me. Everybody's too busy to hang out with me. Suddenly, everybody's a grown-up. Yeah, Graham says everybody, people have to work to pay.
And yet, here I am for you, Fabs. Just remember that. Just want you to remember it when Flavio isn't here for another week. Just want you to remember that.
True.
And with no bathroom breaks.
That's true, exactly. Flavio's never here. He talks the most, and he's never here. Unbelievable. But again, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys on the panel for being here with me. I really appreciate it, guys. And I will see you on the next one.
See you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.